What's good, people? Whether it's at everybody at work, in between class, while you're working out, or sitting on your ass, I want to welcome you to the CharlieGtv Podcast. And we have a crazy show lined up here for you today, man. Listen, I messed up the intro, I'm going to be honest with you, but I can't believe I did after 100 times. But here we go. It's August 16th, and let me tell you something. It was hot. It was hot a little bit. It was. But it cooling off a little bit. We got the rocket in the studio for sure. You know what I mean? I welcome everybody on YouTube. Remember to like and subscribe. You know, I do my best with dropping shorts all the time. You know what I mean? And, you know, I drop like every week roughly. You know what I'm saying? Give me a break, all right? One Jamaican Army, all right? Give me a break. All right, so we're going to get into the podcast. We're going to talk about so many things today. We're going to talk about Detroit problems, you know what I mean? We're going to get into how we was brought up, some problems you might have faced, our troubles as entrepreneurs. We're going to talk about many things. You know, Charles always has a few headlines. And, of course, we got to get into modern dating. But before we get into all of that, I have to introduce the lovely guest that we have here this evening. She's a hospitality specialist and very adept at customer service. She has a YouTube channel and a skincare brand, and another one on the way. I would like to introduce to you guys the lovely, the articulate, the fantastic, the vibes, none other than Maggie. Welcome to the show. Thank you.
Wow. Well, thank you. That introduction, everything. That was everything. Hi, guys. Thank you. It is a pleasure. It is a pleasure to be here, so thank you.
You are very welcome. You're very welcome. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Appreciate you. So we start every podcast with what I call the Watch This Week, where we maybe suggest something for the people to watch, whether it's a TV show we're watching or a movie or an anime YouTube channel, you know what I mean? It could be anything. Or if something crazy happened this week, you want to tell them, you can tell them that too. So,
cool.
What came across your consciousness you want to relate to the people?
The watch. Okay, so I'm definitely a TV, movie buff, I believe. So, okay, y'all bear with me. Of course, Deadpool was epic. If you have not seen it, please go and see it right now.
I want to see it. Is it good for real?
God, you haven't seen it either. Okay. Deadpool, Wolverine. It was a little drawn out, you know. Wolverine has to do the 2-hour mark, whatever. But the plot itself, the comedy, it was fantastic. So even if you're not a Marvel fan, I definitely recommend that movie. I took my kids with me to go see it, and some of the parts I did not anticipate, but they were cracking up too. So it was still overall a really good movie.
Is it PG-13 or rated R?
It is not. It is definitely rated R.
Yeah,
definitely.
Deadpool.
It is not.
Yeah, Deadpool.
My son doesn't care. He's not almost 13. He's like, I don't care.
He's seen worse. He's seen way worse. Because my little sister's 14.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's kind of like forefront. I want to go watch it again.
I've heard that from another person that they want to watch it again. That's how good it is.
I want to see it
again. I gotta
again.
go see it again. I haven't seen it yet, but people keep saying it. Even if they've seen it, they got to see it again.
Sure.
I'm going to go damn well see it.
How about you? What have you been watching? What do you recommend?
I don't want to tell them the same thing because I know I told them once or twice already.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Nah. All right. Nah, I'ma still tell y'all, man. Listen, man, go watch Game of Thrones. Stop playing with yourself.
Come on now.
All right,
listen.
House of Dragons is out right now.
Okay,
I think
I haven't saw that one yet. Okay.
Yeah, but the season is dropping right now. I really don't watch much TV these days because of how much work I do. But I did make time for House of Dragons, Game of Thrones when it came out. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have one guilty pleasure. Got me to relax for 1 second.
Sure.
You know, always got to work. You know what I'm saying?
Amen to that. Amen. I just got off work, so I'm glad I can come get off and have some fun here. All right, yeah, that's all. Like I said, I have on my mind.
What? Wait a second. I apologize. What is going on here? Oh, thank goodness I saw it in time. My bad. I must have hit my watch. It's fine. I'm gonna tell you how I'm gonna solve this. I'll leave it. I'll just be conscious of it. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. It messed up the Zoom because I could control the Zoom on this. So what happened was I hit it. I wasn't paying attention, but luckily I looked down and I caught it because it was zoomed up. So I was like,
was it zoomed all up on me? Sorry, y'all.
It was like on yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry about this. Of my acronym and everything. Sorry, y'all.
Nah, you good. Anyway, so here we got here. So we started with I'm gonna say the Detroit news. All right, so there was a shooting that happened in Detroit where there was like they're calling it a mass shooting. I guess 20 people had gotten shot at a block party, and because of that, there's been all sorts of crackdowns on block parties. One of the last stories I heard just last week, there was like apparently the cops fired shots to break up, but they didn't hit anybody. But they fired shots in the attempt of breaking up another block party. You know what I mean? So I just, I'm really from New York, born and raised, and all the block parties I had in New York was pretty much safe. But I don't know what the history is or the experiences for people in Detroit that have experienced block parties. Do you have any experience with block parties at all?
Yes, block parties was definitely a big thing for me growing up. I remember block parties growing up. I was in watermelon eating contest. I was who can eat the most pizza, just the family, the fire hydrant. I mean, block parties was definitely prominent in the Detroit community. So it's unfortunate because it's not like it never stopped. It did dissipate a little bit, but it's not like the block party, the camaraderie, the fellowship of the neighborhood stopped. It's just the times have changed, and the youth, are having youth, and now it's just no substance anymore to these block parties. It's all like a big meetup. There's really no networking and all of that. So when I heard about the shooting myself. Unfortunately, I don't know them personally, but I know of, some of the people who were involved or kind of in the vicinity or some who got hurt as well. It was very sad. My best friend stays right in that area. God bless her.
Damn.
So it was very scary to hear. It's been going on a lot of places. On Chicago, it was the block party, So it's really just getting out of hand.
So you feel like the quality of them has deteriorated a little bit?
The quality of block parties has deteriorated. Yes.
Yeah, I've only been to one, and I was there like working. So I was like, I have drone footage of it, and I was going around filming and everything. And I guess it was all right. Nothing bad happened. Although the cops did break it up. I was only there for like an hour. Until the cops broke it up.
Geez.
The cops broke that one up, I believe, because they began to block traffic and some cars couldn't get by. Even though there were people there trying to get people to get out the street, and they were like, but some people just wasn't listening. And then boom, then it came and broke it down. Because the cops had circled the block 2 times before they came and broke it up. And it was fine. The 2 times they circled, the street was clear. Everything was all right. We was just partying on the side. They let us rock. It was on Juneteenth. I was doing this filming. So there was plenty block parties. So they was just trying to shut down the most rowdiest ones, in my opinion.
And even in the Juneteenth era, I was seeing the pictures. Some of the pictures float around the internet, just how it started and back in the 60s and how they did it back there. And how they celebrated back then and how it had meaning and had purpose. And it's like now when I hear block party, I don't think, I want to take the kids down there. Let's go, to the block party. So
not necessarily.
It's unfortunate that, block parties.
Unless it's like your block. They got to be like your block.
I agree. Unless it's in,
Or maybe your mama block.
But it sucks because it started in Detroit. Detroit was the, what I'm saying, that was the block. That's why they call it the block. You own the block, like your friends, the mama, the grandma.
And I done seen Detroit could fill up a motherfucking block. Detroit, let me tell you.
Quick, cars,
I'm going to tell
everywhere.
you would think you in New York and Labor Day parade. I'm telling you, man, Detroit, they could fill up a block now. I didn't see it a couple times.
Yes,
they could fill up a motherfucking block.
It's just unfortunate. Like, now they leave it to the youth and the young ones who just want to be rowdy and show off, and it's just unfortunate.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, if y'all throw on a mature, safe party for the kids or back to school, something like that.
That's something
definitely.
you're gonna get down with, but not with the riffraff. I feel you. No, don't thank you. All right, so one other question I have here, because they're shutting down the beach. The beach at Belle Isle for a little while because apparently the bacteria levels was high. You know what I mean? Some sort of E. coli or something like that. They I don't know what they blaming it on. One guest I had said that he blames it on the dogs because they let some dogs go in the water sometimes.
Oh, Jesus.
And then another guest was like, the dogs really? It's not the dead bodies. It's the dogs. And I was like, damn. But have you ever been to the Belle Isle Beach at all?
Belle Isle was another one growing up. That was the go-to. That was, we don't have a beach here in Detroit. Yeah. Belle Isle was our only sense of sun and sand, and to be completely honest, I believe the water wasn't good back then when I was a kid. It probably had E. coli in it back then. You wasn't going to lie. We'd be like,
it was better when I was a kid.
I remember as a kid not want to go too far in the water, but I just, was just so happy being there, but it was probably, but yeah, the dead bodies could definitely play a big part in that. The economy, not the economy. The ecosystem,
yeah.
Everything plays a part, and and there's nothing filter. It's not filtering itself anymore.
Exactly.
It's
too many people. Yeah, too much stuff.
And they're not doing anything about it to make it fresh again. You know, they have all these other companies, you know, and if you go to California and all these other, they have all these save the ocean, save the manatees, and, you know, when it comes to Detroit, you know, we don't necessarily, that's not a priority for us, unfortunately.
Yeah, they should have some robots cleaning it up or something.
Sure, like
some little bots.
that sucks off. Man, you got one for the vacuum, you got one for the kid. Like, come on, you making one to run the
little floating you know, rhombus. You know what I mean? You make that happen.
So no, I have not. I don't need.
But you did. But it was a part of your childhood, though. But
it was definitely.
But you have not taken any of your kids to Bella. Oh,
unfortunately,
you don't feel like it's an
I will take them because for the history, for the experience. But they will not be getting in the water. Well, it's closed, right?
Yeah. Oh, you can't get in the water right now. Yeah. You know, so but perhaps this will be an effort to clean it up. You know what I mean? So hopefully when you do go in and reopen, that's like your best chance since they just cleaned it. They just cleaned it. All right, you better go now.
You gotta go
now. All right, because a week from now, we don't know what to tell you. Know what
a week. I only take a week, y'all.
About a week ago.
It take 1 week.
I'm telling you, that's what Bobby Schmurder said to drop a body about a week ago, dog.
Is that the rain? Is that the outside?
It's quite possibly is.
Okay.
Mother Nature has her plans.
Oh, and the rain is not. See, the rain is supposed to cleanse stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that's not even.
Nah, Pookie and Riri too active in the streets. But anyway, so next story I have for you, like, well, I guess I got a little bit of that. But what was it like for you growing up? The parents, you had both parents? Was it, how many siblings did you have?
Oh, I am the baby of 10. I have 10 beautiful, nine beautiful siblings. You have all same mom and dad.
Be fruitful and
prosperous. That's very, rare. They have, my daddy got this, my mama got this many. Nope. It's 10 of us, 5 boys, 5 girls.
Wow.
And, God is just so good, right? I'm the baby out of everybody. I'm the last one, so
jealous.
That's why
I want to have 10 kids.
No, are you kidding me? It's horrible growing
up. My last name's a gold mine. I'm telling you, I want to have so many businesses for them.
Sure. Same with Fisher. My last name is Fisher. I feel like that's definitely a legacy. It has to keep going. Yep. So we was definitely a 2-parent household.
10, so 5. That's a lot. Hold on, 5 and 5. That's 10.
5
was that in the same house?
Yes. That's why I said, you want 10? Seriously?
You must have been living in Boston Edison, one of the big
We were. No, not Boston Edison. East Side, East Warren.
Okay.
Right over there in the big houses over there. But, our childhood home, Corville, East Warren. Okay. We had a big house, 8 bedrooms. The big Detroit houses, the old Detroit houses had the space, had the square footage back then, okay? Especially on the east side. So, very, very involved. My parents just divorced. Like, they wait till we get older and get grown to have our own children to divorce.
That's crazy.
So, we definitely.
Not Stella trying to get her groove back.
They both getting on my nerves, okay? They need to go and get back together, mama and daddy. Jesus. Very good childhood. It was busy.
She just got tired of the socks. Huh?
Yeah, like I mentioned the block parties earlier. Our home itself was like the block party. Like my parents pretty much raised them. Raised the block. We can go to this house. That was our mama. Go to that house. That was our auntie. So it was very prominent that street, that camaraderie growing up in the late 90s, early 2000s, man. Like that was the time to be had. And I'm the baby, so I know it was even better for my brothers and sisters, just having that freedom and just having that safety. It was crazy, but it was crazy. Like I bet it was crazy growing up in New York, huh?
Yeah, it was crazy, but like how much freedom did y'all have? Cause see, in New York, because of the MTA system, like you can go and you had the student metro for real, so really low key in New York, when you got that student metro, you free in New York. You can go all around anywhere you want, 24/7. You know what I'm saying? Like, will your parents let you? That's another question. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But if you got an hour or two free, there's sometimes I was in Soho when I was in high school before my mom goes. Sometimes I was out there. You know what I'm saying? So there's some places I could be. You know what I mean? Because
Wow.
I love the Soho. Soho was the place I went to the most in Manhattan because that was your shopping district. I'm telling you, if there was any sort of clothing line, you could get their you can get them in Soho. They had like whether it's Zara or Stuzzy or Mishka, Top 10, any of them out there.
Very nice. And I hear the New York now. I definitely hear the New York accent now.
I don't got it as much as I used to. You know what I'm saying? But the problem it's a little bit. But like I came here in 2016 for real.
Really?
Yeah.
From New York?
Yeah.
What made you leave New York? to come here to Detroit?
To be honest, at the time, I was still living with my mom's, and my mom's wanted to buy like a house. She wanted to really own a house. So she came up on some money. So she somehow saw the deal to buy a house here in Detroit. It was one of the houses in Boston Edison. You know what I mean? It's a nice
really
house.
Good deal. I know she got a good deal.
Yeah. She got it like I don't know, maybe like 40 with a deed. You know what I mean? But it's worth like $300-400 now. You know what I mean?
Beautiful. So, absolutely. Right over there. So, yes. Would you go back to New York? Are you planning on leaving us or like?
No, I first I hated Detroit. I wanted to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Why?
Now I'm plotting very leanly to buy a house in Detroit in about 2 years. You know what I mean? I'm giving it about 2 years. I'm gonna buy a house. I'm trying to get. Hell yeah! You know
and if you need a luxury apartment in between there, I can definitely assist with that.
Heard that.
No, that's wonderful. Good for you. Good for you.
Thank you. Yeah. So it was a real estate that had brought me here from there, and I like Detroit. It's very good for business.
I agree.
Because I feel like my tenacity and how I attack things and my is not as common out here as it might be in New York. The competition is far fierce in New York.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah. Well, the next one I have for you here is who were you in high school?
Are we really about to?
It's so funny
we
that
really
we're the same age with a couple of days apart. That's really
we are
hilarious.
the same age, a few days apart.
Like
we
the same year
just
and
turned
everything.
30.
It's
like
crazy.
the same year. That's crazy. So you know the times that I'm talking about as well, like just how it was.
Yeah, I was there.
That's crazy. Like we got the last of the good.
Yeah, you got the last dust, the last crust of the golden era. The last bit. We was there a little bit before the internet. I was there I still remember.
Even like the 97s and the 98s don't get it.
Nah.
Nope. Nah, literally, like the 93s, the 4s. I even the 95, bro. I swear to God. 94, bro.
Funny as hell.
94 was, bro, I'm telling you. Ooh, okay, so high school. Grew up in Detroit. By the time I got to high school, I'm the baby. The last three of us, our parents sent us to 16 Mile in freaking Harper. So we went to Lance Cruise. All white school. We was very few in between. Obviously, you probably hear the accent. Stop staring at me like that.
You didn't like going with the white people?
Listen.
What's wrong with the whites, huh?
Listen, it's the opposite. Okay, I fit in too well over there. Okay, well. it was. I
wish I could have went to the school.
No, it was and I so thank my parents for sending me. I had so much experience in high school. It was like a career. It was like. Each year, I was into something. I got into auto tech. I was in show choir for 3 of my year, and like real performing. Like I'm really like a thespian now. Like it really molded me into like who I am today. Now it's funny because like 9th and 10th was like I was like real metal deathcore. If anybody remember me?
Heavy metal, really?
Not even heavy metal. I will say punk rock. Alternative. Okay. And I think that's where my new endeavor comes from. Anybody who knows me,
I can see you going. Y'all
know me.
Now that I'm looking at you for a second, I can see you going goth.
Listen, I was goth. I was goth. I was raccoon hair. My sister used to tease me all the time. I used to tease my hair like the white girls, like have the freaking hump in my hair, bro. Like
God.
It was bad, and they freaking let me do it, bro.
I had a hot top fade. If it makes you feel any better, I was Kid and Play for real.
No, that's not. That's better than raccoon eyes, chains on the belt. All your friends is white but like I said, we meshed. It was like I find my people. Like it was 9th and 10th grade. Wow. I have some crazy stories.
This is really. When I graduated high school. This is me when I graduated high school.
You really do look like You really do look like Kid and Play. Play was the black one, right?
Yeah.
Play. Is this on video?
Yeah.
Can you show the picture, please?
I'll put it on the. That's young.
Wow, you were so
God.
handsome. Oh my God. I wish, I can't access like my old MySpace or this. I have zero. We probably have zero pictures. Monique, Amber, all of y'all better dig up some old pictures of how we used to be in 9th and 10th grade. But what's crazy is the 11th and 12th grade, that's when the glow up happened. You know what I'm saying? That's when I was with everybody. You know what I'm saying? And then I had a really popular cousin who went there. He was a senior. I was in 9th grade. So I kind of, merged or whatever with him, hung out with his friends, whatever. But I had a very good career in high school. I was very. I think I would say I was popular. Everybody know Maggie because I was with the skaters. I was with the emos. I was with the popular kids. I was with the football. I was with the cheer. I was the choreographer of the step team. Like, come on, LC steppers. Like, stop playing with Maggie. Like, okay, we was the choreographers. Like, man, stop. I was into everything in high school. It was very good time in my life.
I love that. I love that. I'm glad you had a good time. Yeah. I did have a good time in high school as well. You know what I mean? I had a good time. I did something crazy that messed up my New York accent in high school. You know, but it also kind of was a fun time. But look, I played on the football team most of the years except my senior year because I did actually play volleyball too for 2 years.
Nice.
I danced salsa for 2 years. I was dancing on the stage, you know what I mean, with the salsa.
Stop. And here I am doing the show choir bits to like whole freaking performances and productions.
Yep.
Yes. I need some dancing in here.
For real.
We like to dance. I feel like Gemini's like music.
I feel the rhythm.
Music is like one of our love languages. Yeah. No?
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree?
I agree. I love music.
I would agree. Me too.
So funny story, right? And this really taught me how much people are not paying attention. They're not listening to you, right? Because I went to the same high school all 4 years, right? But my entire third year, I came to school with a British accent. And I was telling people I was from London, too. It sounds crazy, but it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? And I was talking to people every day, bro. I promise you, man. I really was. And I had people that I knew for 2 years, man. And I'm like, hold on, bro. How you knew me, fam, for 2 years, man? And you actually believe I'm from London. Have you not been listening to me the entire time? I can't believe people, man. So honestly, I'm telling you, talking to my fam, my mom and everyone, every day, I'm telling you, man, not for 2 years, sorry, just for one. And but the thing is, I had to stop because there were people that were actually going to leave there thinking I was from London.
I found Idris Elba. Found him.
Yeah, man, we're takers is what we do. But yeah, man. So I did that. I don't know why I did it, how I have it. I don't know. But I actually met people who are actually from there, yeah? And I was like, oi, man, if I came with you lot, you know what I mean? If I was like in a pub, you know, chumming it up and all that, would you point me out? Like, oi, man, it's a fucking yank.
He knows the accents. He knows the slang.
Like, I was like, oi, man, would you point me out? Like, oi, it's a fucking yank. You're not one of us. All I'll be able to, you know what I mean? I'll blend in a bit. But I've never actually been to London. But I
believed you the whole
Yeah, but they were like, you know what? Yeah, but a lot of people did. I haven't had many people like, oi, man, it's a phony. Full of it, in full of it. Fuck off. No, anyway. But I have fun doing it. But because I did that for a whole year, I feel like it kind of fucked me up low key, like with my New York shit a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
You can revert back.
I could revert back, but what they was fucking me up because I did it for a year straight. I had friends that really knew me, and they was like, "Yo, bro, all I hear is this London shit all day, my dude. Like, can you like calm that down for a second? Can I hear? Like, let me know you still in there, my dude." And I would like switch back. I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm still here." And they'd be like, "Nah, you lost yourself. B. I can't even hear you no more, dog. You straight London now." And I'd be like, "Yo," and they was fucking with me in my head because low key, I started thinking British in my head, like the inner. I got, I don't know. It's crazy. You shouldn't do that for a year. You should, but when I stopped my senior year, Catch was like, "Nah, you should be an actor, dog, because don't know."
Like how you just revert like that. Like that's ridiculous. I get. Okay, first of all, great accent, by the way. You can definitely pull off a yank. Did I say it right?
You think you believe me? You think that?
It's very convincing.
Thank you.
People think I'm always from somewhere else. Like I don't sound like I'm
you
from
sound
Detroit.
very clean. Like
I get New York a lot.
Yeah,
I get New York.
I can see that. I can see that a lot. I wouldn't
because
be
my I like to call my grunge side. I have a good side and a grunge side, right? Mm-hmm. I don't like to say evil or bad, right? Right.
She's
so
devious.
My grunge side, I don't know where the heck I'm from. My grunge side, I really don't know. But no, that was impressive.
Yeah. Like I appreciate you. But yeah, that messed me up. It messed me up. But anyway, I've never used it on girls, as in like even though I've thought about it in my head jokingly, as in like I did use it on my prom date to get my prom date, but that's the reason why I never took it any further with her and never like did, because I feel like that was like a weird type of like not grape, but I'm just saying like it's like real, this like, even though hey, some girls wear, you know, lots of things that like change their appearance, at least me doing that takes some talent, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like
not him justifying it.
Uncle Ben said, with great power comes great responsibility. But every friend I have, if I asked him if he would do it, he said, I will be downtown every day. Oi, man, just got here off the boat, man. Can you help me out? I don't know what's going on here. Hey, oi, I'm getting lost here. Can you perhaps give me a tour?
Literally.
Please. Oi, love, you look lovely. Can you show me around a bit?
See, that's so hard to do. Accents and all that good stuff. Like, it's so
to
hard.
actually do it. Like, I could do a whole conversation, brother, and really not break it at all. And be having no worries about it, really.
And it's so crazy because it's like, how do you Have you ever thought, and this like the Gemini
Yeah.
mind, I was thinking crazy stuff like this. How are languages taught?
Yeah.
Like
I think about that too. 'Cause
you know what I'm saying?
Some actors have to take a British role, got to go to classes and go through all of that
So,
in order to do that.
like,
And
how
for
are
some
you
reason, my
teaching
brain is
that?
just able to do
even
that.
in Chinese, like the way that they speak, it's not like they're just saying "wan chang wan chang." They're saying it with an accent, like they have an accent, and even when they try to speak English, there's that accent.
I've tried the Chinese people ain't easy. You know what I mean? You try too hard. That's how you.
Yeah.
You're no long good. You don't do no good. You try too hard.
Even Indian, even when Indian people, because I work with all.
Can you do Indian?
I ain't doing something. Hey, how would you?
I cannot believe you tried to do us. I cannot believe it.
I think of Rajaj from Big Bang Theory. He's my Raj. He's my favorite. He's my favorite Indian. I always thought about like how was that taught? Like how do you?
We are going to get cancelled. We are not doing this today. We're going to get cancelled.
Like is it just mimicking the whole time?
I literally, when it comes to, especially with Indian one, I have a specific guy I think of, and he's like Sad Guru. He was a guru, he's a really enlightened guy. You know what I mean? And I think about him because I used to listen to some of his motivational speeches and things like that. You know what I mean? He was always trying to get you to find a balance in your life. You have to think about the ways that you're living.
Literally.
You know what I mean?
Literally.
That's what I
had
mean.
a boss like that too. And he was starting to teach me about the, like there's no God and everything, like how they pray to the one with the 8 arms and whatever.
Religion is crazy.
I mean, he was really trying to really battle me about that. And I'm just like, look.
Oh, the religious battle.
The religious battle.
That's
I
crazy.
said, you're my boss. Are we ever supposed to be having this conversation right now? But
one last thing about the accident, I'll leave it alone, and I'm not even going to do it either because it's really sad. I actually am Jamaican. I've been to Jamaica several times. My family's Jamaican, and for whatever reason, even though
you can't speak Jamaican.
my British accent, of all the accents I could do, you know what I'm saying? Even the one like I was from Uganda, even that one I can do. Even if I was the president, showing you the way I run the British. I am telling you, these are many things that I can do. But honestly, of all the ones that I have, the British one has to be the best one. That is the one that is the most convincing, if you was going to ask me. But yeah, it's the British one for sure. That's the one I feel like I could most be a spy for the CIA and get by with shit. Oh, man, yeah, bruv. Yeah. Just a chummy lad, you know what I mean? From the streets of London, no worries. But anyway, so next story I have for you here. Who are some people you looked up to maybe as a kid? Maybe some role models, or maybe you have now?
I would say I really didn't really think about stuff like that growing up. Jesus Christ, no. Jesus is my own role in my life, okay? I didn't really think about
That's a solid one. It's pretty solid.
I didn't really think about stuff like that. I didn't really look up to anybody or wanted to really mimic or be anyone. Really until I got older. Let's see if I have any role models. I guess the ones I have are personal. What is that Celsius? What is that? I've been seeing this around a lot.
You have it.
Do you mind?
Yeah. No, you have it. I've never tried that flavor before. I was gonna.
Oh yeah, well yeah. I don't want to break it open then.
No, but it's an energy drink. You know what I mean? It's late at night.
That's why. Oh, was that for tomorrow?
No, it was for today. I have an energy drink right here.
Cool.
I'm already drinking. So if you want to, I always offer caffeine on the podcast. You always offer caffeine and some form of alcohol.
This guy's hospitable, guys. Like listen.
I saw that you liked wine. I tried to get wine for you, even though I probably was better off with tequila. I should have got tequila.
This is perfect. Trust me, tequila. We would be singing right now. We would not be podcasting.
All right.
Are we doing
role
good? Models.
So Jesus, we got Jesus. Okay.
Jesus was my role model. Yeah.
I was probably into a lot of football growing up. So Jerome Bettis was one of my, Michael Strahan, and nice. I actually loved Michael Vick, and a lot of football players I was looking up to. Also, there was this guy named Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's a black, chubby astrophysicist, and he had a show, Cosmos, and a couple of things. I was very into science. You know what I mean?
Guy. Yeah. I like that guy. I like that show.
Yeah. I used to listen to his podcast a little bit, and he's taught me a whole lot about things. And I appreciated him giving me all that knowledge. And
I like Brian Tracy.
Brian Tracy.
I like him.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I like him. I would say a lot of When I think of, who I looked up to, I think about like spiritual leaders, and stuff like that.
All right.
So that's why it just keeps coming to mind, stuff like that. Like
Spiritual
Joyce
leaders.
Meyer is my girl, okay? Like Joyce Meyer is like that lady has changed my life. Her books, her sermons, stuff like that. Like that lady has really honestly changed my life.
Who was she?
She's just a spiritual leader. She preaches, she's a woman. Her story is is crazy. She's molested and by her father also, and she speaks about it a lot. And also so freely in a way that she's delivered and stuff. And she used that in her messages and in her everyday living. A lot of her preaching is very practical. It's not just
She
preachy really
real life.
is real life.
Real life.
So I really respect that, and I am going to give it up to her because I've been watching her and learning from her for the last 15 years. Took me through my whole marriage, my whole ex-marriage. I can remember days in a hotel room listening to her sermons. So yeah, you know what? I'm going to give it to Joyce Meyer.
Shout out Joyce Meyer. Shout out to her.
Definitely.
If you're thinking spiritually, if I have to think spiritually,
Sure.
There's one man that I think of. There's other guys. Shout out to other guys. I appreciate the knowledge that gave me. But if I'm talking spiritually, a guy that I really think about all the time is Martin Luther King.
Sure.
Because
absolutely
part of what I was getting, we were talking a little bit before the pod. It was about how to keep going. You know what I mean? The why.
Yep.
The why is the reason why I've made it so many weeks. Why I keep going is because my why is strong.
Amen.
My why is very strong. And my why is bigger than me. Because if it was only for my happiness, then I would have quit. Because this journey hasn't necessarily, it's fulfilling. It's adventurous.
Sure.
It's constantly learning new things. It's great. But there are much more happier ways for me to live my life than pursuing what I'm pursuing. You know what I mean? But I feel like it's what I'm supposed to do. You know what I mean?
Yes.
When I had my little moment, I don't want to get into it all. I don't know how I started to But anyway, I was Martin Luther King because my why is very strong, and it has to do with change. It has to do with change for the people, change for this country.
Yes.
And someone has to do it. And before you can free the people, you have to free yourself. So right now, I'm on a battle to free myself. But the moment I free myself, the moment I get my business, the moment I get my phone, I get my camera up, the moment I get my production company doing what, the moment I free myself, my very next mission is to free the people. You know what I mean? So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to, that's part of what keeps me going, you know what I mean?
That's big.
Because I look at all of these rappers, and I look at all of these influencers. Everyone gets money and runs for the hills, you know what I mean? And everyone cares about themselves, and I understand that. It's hard to convince someone to not organize their life around their personal happiness. Like, okay, I understand. You got one life to live. I understand. But what I would say to you guys is just think about this. All the people we admire most in history that really stand the time of history, they didn't live their lives based on their own personal happiness, for real. You know what I mean? They lived for a cause, for a purpose. They prioritized their purpose.
True.
You know what I mean? So just to consider that.
No, that's powerful.
So
thank you for sharing that.
no problem. The next one I have here for you is eczema. About your my little sister had eczema. You know what I mean? She was born when I was 16. I remember I had to rub this special lotion when I used to change her diapers on her skin, and all in the joint areas I would rub together to make sure that she would stay moisturized. And otherwise, if I didn't do that, her skin would begin to peel in those times. But if I did that and the family did that consistently over weeks, it would ease down and it would be moisturized. It would be fine. You know what I mean? But neglecting, sometimes it would just randomly inflame regardless of what we did. You know what I mean? So
that's eczema for you. Unfortunately, some of us are built with this condition, this atopic dermatitis, and kind of like psoriasis and rosacea. Like, there's nothing we can do about it other than really keep it at bay. There's no cure. It's just one of those things that you have to just keep at bay. And it can flare up at any time. If I could just show you really quick, look, my hand is kind of flaring up a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's just from me scratching because I didn't have my cream on hand. So
Yeah.
it is a tricky, and it is a disease, So it is a tricky disease, and it is something that can be controlled, with proper care, with proper moisturization, with proper diet, right?
Yeah.
And water is, I would say, is a big thing that keeps me at bay.
Yeah.
So eczema is very tricky. Unfortunately, I had to pass it down to my children. Okay, I got it from my mom. My mom has suffered with severe eczema. So God bless her. She was like, couldn't be outside when people were cutting their grass type of, just severely allergic to fish, couldn't be around that. Whole skin would, just kind of blister up. So I only got parts of her condition, thank God. She's kind of grew out of it now, but it was tough for her.
Bad,
And I used to watch her, like you said, even when I was younger, just kind of watched her suffer. And we have to get the cream for her and, make sure that she was, make sure she was good. She would have to stay in the room at certain times.
Yeah.
So I do have a slight allergy to fish now, and I start to get some flare-ups where I never had flare-ups, and I'm just like, oh God! Like
I have heard some people say that. What did they say? What do you get when your allergies? That's when you get when the season change.
Sure.
They said allergies can develop later in life.
Yep. Because when I say I have flare-ups that I've never, kind of like this one right here, never had this patch on my chest, right? Never. Go back to my old picture. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, she's she's a sun goddess, okay? But so
Skin
it's just
glowing,
like,
beautiful.
so it's just like, where are these patches, coming from? And it's unfortunate that it popped up later in life. So I always just try to keep that in mind. Like, okay, I have the inflammation inside of me. It's in my blood. It's not going anywhere. It can come up at any moment. So how can I start to, incorporate certain things? Because what I also noticed was the steroids that my mom was using, her skin, 2 different skin tones, the steroids are too strong and it strips the skin after a certain amount of time. So yeah, she has like white patch, and she used to get them on her hands too, right? And look where mine is forming on my hands. So I'm just trying to like really keep it at bay, use more natural products. My mom's at the, using her creams, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, there's other ways to combat this. Like, they didn't have steroid creams back in the day. Eczema just came out of nowhere. Like, I'm pretty sure, that's where aloe vera came in. That's where shea butter came in. That's where rice milk came in. Yep, plants and herbs, and oils and all that stuff came to play. So that's where I started to really dive into it. Like, okay, my eczema is really flaring up. I'm not a child anymore. This is before I was even going to dermatology and all of that. It was just, okay, how can I combat this? And I started to notice, like, these natural products are really, really helping. It's keeping it at bay. There's no funny business, and, just consistency is really going to help.
So the natural way is the way to go.
Absolutely.
For sure. But that's the way with most things, you know what I mean? The natural way sometimes I feel like takes a while longer to work, but and takes more work, you know what I mean? But once you do it for a while, like for example, I was learning this, and I'm about to start doing it because I work a lot, and my body be hurting sometimes, and I've been, over the past month or two, been taking a lot of like Tylenol and some other painkillers, you know what I mean? And I'm like, and then I learned that the pain is a result of inflammation, you know what I mean? And the painkillers treat the symptom, which is the pain, but they don't treat the inflammation for real. You know what I mean? But there are vitamins like krill oil and some other one.
Oregano oil is another big one.
Some other ones that I've heard of, just some vitamins, things you can take that are anti-inflammatory. You know what I mean? Maybe get some more garlic in your diet or ginger. You know what I mean? So the anti-inflammatory things you can add to your diet and to your supplements that will help you lower the inflammation in your body. But you have to do them once again for like weeks in a row before you finally start to realize that, oh, maybe your back doesn't hurt as often as much as it you thought it did. You know what I mean? But that, you really get longer lasting, because even the pain pills last for 4 to 6 hours and then it wears off. This will like lower your overall daily forever pain levels. So I want to get on some anti-inflammatory vitamins.
And we got to move our body too. Like, that's very important, guys. We have to stretch these joints. Okay, I know, since we didn't cross that threshold, I'm not the only one who would look, my elbow didn't pop when I was wiping the glass off, So I know I'm not the only one feeling, and it's like it was like instantly. Like as
the
soon
moment
as
I
I
turned
turned 30,
I just started
bro.
limping the next day.
Yo, hopping out of the bed, like hold on, making the groans and stuff. Like I just be like, oh, I did it again. Like, oh
My
man,
muscles tight right now.
you know, okay.
You know what I mean?
Butt cheeks tight. So it's like, yeah, we gotta keep it stretched out. If we don't work out, you know, at least we got to stretch. You know, we got to stretch these.
Stretching is something I only have one workout that I've been doing. I've been doing it for 2 years consistently. Though I've built up. I started at 10, the 20. I'm at 50 now. Push-ups. It's the only workout.
Snaps.
Now I need to do more workouts other than push-ups. My next journey is going to be pull-ups. I'm working on pull-ups because really it's the opposite. Because you push this way and pull-ups is this way. It works the back, so it's to balance it out. You know what I mean? It's sad that
never do pull-ups.
Pull-ups are my weakness. I can do 50 push-ups straight, no problem, perfect form right now. But I can't do one real head above hit. Nah. The closest I get you is right here. I got right here for you. I got this right here. I got right here for you. Yes. I got here all day. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But all the way, I ain't. I'm sorry.
How the heck? But you would think push-ups would help with that type of upper body.
You would think if you could do 50 push-ups, you could do
like
5 pull-ups.
Is it the back?
It's the back. It's the total opposite. Push, pull. It's the total opposite.
It's the try and the freaking back, bro.
But I know the back. That's the secret to my punching power. Because you think about punching, you go back and forth. So if you don't, that fourth is that pushing, but that back. So if you have both,
I feel it.
So punching is the back and the front. So I got a strong chest, but the fact that I don't got a strong back, as strong as my chest is, creates an imbalance. If they were both as strong, then I could. Then it would.
No, literally, you know, you're absolutely right. You have to tone everything and work everything because I cannot do a full sit up to save my life.
Nah, I could do
I can do it, like, you know, but I would have to have assistance or have to hold my feet. But my son's trying to hold me the other day. I'm like, bro, it's not that. I have 4 children, first of all. So my center core, thank you very, very much. My center is shot. Like I can't. I feel myself struggling.
The abdominal muscles did a lot, right?
So listen, but it's crazy because, you know, even if you have meat or weight on it, your center core, if it's not strong, if it's not, you know, if it's not tight, then you're not going anywhere. So it's like when I come up, my legs just flailing, like I'm like this, like how does it? My son's just like 1, 2, 3. I'm just like I can't do it. So you got to get that core as well. That core is.
That's one reason why I like push-ups and why I'm going again with calisthenics I'm doing pull-ups because the thing about the push-ups is that if I was doing bench pressing instead of pull-ups, then my core wouldn't be as tight as it is because when you're doing push-ups, you're also planking low-key, you know what I mean? So as much as I have a strong chest, like my chest is strong, I have my belly has muscle there too just because of the building the plank. It works. So push-ups are like a compound exercise. They work more than just one. And then when you change the angle and different, you know, push-ups and calisthenics, they give you what I call more functional strength, whereas like you are getting better at moving your body around. You know, you can lift yourself up. You can pull yourself up. So that strength that you're better at moving, you get better. That's why running is the next one. That's another. So like you can move. If you can run a mile, you can pull yourself up. You can push yourself up. Then you're like agile. You're good at moving yourself around. That's all you need. That's all the strength you really need. If you can move yourself well, then you can get out of danger. You can jump over something. You can, as long as you're good at moving yourself around. That's why when you start benching 300-400 pounds. They call that ego lifting because really that's more strength than you functionally need.
It's all strength. It's no agility. There's no can't even do 10 jumping jacks.
And don't get me wrong, I could bench a good 260 right now, good 260, but at the same time, you know what I mean.
I'm at 200. I can push 200.
Yeah.
But I'm an amateur boxer, by the way.
You are amateur boxer.
We need to.
You are. I seen you was getting into the punching. I seen you was cocking back.
Don't let this fool you. Don't let the shea butter fool you. Okay. Yeah. So I'm very big on the gym and being active as well.
I see the knuckles.
I know, right? Look, no, seriously.
Yeah.
Fighter knuckles, bro. Like,
I see you.
Like, I have to keep my nails short now. Like that's the reason for these things. Okay.
You know the funny thing is that the last 3 times I got punched in the face was by a woman. You know what I mean?
Not the last 3 times.
Niggas don't be trying me these days, but Detroit women are dangerous, and all
They
three
are.
Detroit women in Detroit. No New York women. As much as I'd say New York women are aggressive, I've never gotten punched or even swung on by a New York woman. You know what I'm saying? But Detroit women.
Do you see this knuckle right here? I think I done caught some teeth. I think with that one. No, I'm joking. That's so crazy. So you said no New York woman has swung on you.
Yeah.
But a Detroit woman,
yeah,
is really like it comes with it.
I put a Detroit, one of my ex, I put it in a headlock one time because don't get me wrong, I was like Mayweather. I was sitting down like this on the couch, and she was sitting down next to me. We started arguing. She got up, stood in front of me, and started swinging on me. And I was like dodging. I was like this. I was like, and I saw that she wasn't gonna stop till she connected. She was like missing me, hitting me here, like missing me and stuff. So I was like, you know what? And I stood up and I put her in a headlock. You know what I mean? And I was like, calm down.
Just that quick. Yeah. Like, I can see it already.
Yeah, because I would never strike a woman. You know what I'm saying?
Can we talk about that for a second? Because I feel, and not that part, listen, I feel like, yes, a lot of Detroit women, I feel like we will swing first type shit. We will.
She did catch me one time after that. We
will connect first because it's like, we don't do all that talk. There's no reason for all of that.
You're strong, baby.
But the boxing aspect, do you know I've had, like, even when mentioning that and when, you know, in dating and everything, because I'm single, I'm currently dating and everything. Mm-hmm. Do you know a few men are like turned off, you know, by that, or at least I had one man said I'm too strong, or like I hugged them too strong one time before, like for real, like. So I want to know, like, is that really a thing? Like, could that really be a turn off? Like, an athletic woman doesn't necessarily have to be boxing, but I play football. I play all types of sports, you know.
Combat sports and other sports are different. When it comes to combat sports, I'll tell you one thing. I learned this from interviews that I've heard from female fighters. You know what I mean? I've heard a lot of times that female fighters like to like to date fighters. You know what I'm saying? And because, like, I think with any woman wants to feel protected by her man. Right, and the same way how a woman wants her man to make more money than her, when her money goes up, the amount that she requires you to make also goes up. Mm-hmm. So to me, when her fighting ability goes up, you know what I mean? The amount that she expects you to be able to fight also goes up. So her requirements. So
that is such a good way of putting it.
A girl don't want to feel like she could beat her man up at all. You know, if she feel like, yo, if we fuck around, I can catch this nigga. This nigga a little slow. He ain't really agile like that. Hold on, this nigga slow as fuck. Hold on. Let me see what he got for real. You know what I'm saying? Get the movement on your ass.
That is hilarious. Oh my God. Because all right, I'm listening.
You know I ain't lying. How you feel about what I said?
I feel like you're 100% true. You're 100% right on that one. I don't want, there was a few, I feel like the guy who told me, oh, you're squeezing me too tight.
He must have been scrawny.
Not really though, you know, so it was kind of like, oh, I miss you, like, oh, I miss you so much. He was like, don't do that. He pushed my arm away, like, I said, okay. I started looking at him. We weren't even dating. We were just, like I said. But yeah, it was just like, well, you know, and he always, you know, talking about my boxing and stuff when I'm doing it, but I've had someone else tell me that it's just too athletic. Like you said, it's just a little.
I like it. I don't know. I don't mind
competition,
it. I don't mind it because even if I had a woman that wasn't into any athletics or anything like that, number one, I would encourage her to work out because I always want my because it's just good to be working out. It's just to stay the muscles in your body. You live long. It's a healthier lifestyle. So I'm always working out. You know what I mean? And the other thing is that. Even if she didn't have nothing, I would definitely have my wife weapons trained. You know what I mean? So she has to be able to defend if I'm not there for my kids. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind my mother bear being able to protect the cubs. You know what I'm saying? So although I would want to have the peak ability to defend in hand-to-hand combat, you know what I mean?
The relationship.
Yeah, the peak strength of the relationship for sure. So if my shorty over there I'm glad that would just give me more. I'm already doing push-ups. All right. So if I come home and my shorty in the mirror like
Yeah, right.
I'm be like, oh, fuck out of here. I'm gonna get like a little floor mat square, start doing some foot drills. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I
because that's all I breathe, and that's another thing I love is shadow boxing too. And I know the motherfuckers at the gym. Oh Lord, at the gym be looking at me like, who the hell this girl about to go and swing on? And it's like, no, it is a good defense. It's a good workout too. Just boxing, shadow boxing. It really is, and that's why I started because I don't like firearm. I don't like guns. I don't like them. I know I'm very past due. I know I got to put my big girl drawers on. I just got to do it. We're just coming to that time, where it's just not enough. You know, it's just not enough. No matter how much I think I can handle. I come from a city where
they still fight, but this ain't the one.
Yeah, this ain't.
No, they're still fighting Brooklyn. You know what I mean? Most of them might have a little shank for you.
Sure. I'm a knife girl.
Yeah.
Like I secretly want to go on Forge and Fire tomorrow. Like I love. That's probably my. Oh shoot! Can we go back to the very first question? Forge and Fire is my favorite show. Do you know what that is?
No, is that
Forge and Fire is like it's a blacksmithing show. It really is, and they come on and they have the different competitions on knife making and and making the tang and putting the handles on there and like the designs.
I love that.
Forge and Fire is secretly my favorite show. I wanna own a forge. And I want to be a blacksmith.
Me too.
No, I'm serious.
Low key. Nah, I'm not even lying to you. Me and my buddy, because me and him got really into precious metals, and we wanted to melt down things into because he had like literally 50 pounds of aluminum in his backyard because we work at a door factory, so we waste aluminum all the time with the door factory cutting off seals. So he was collecting all of the aluminum that we would waste and bringing it home for years. And he had so much aluminum.
It down and stuff.
Yeah, but he was like, yo, they pay more money if it's more pure when I go turn it in. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to with this black sheet on it. So he was like, yo, if we bought a little crucible, which dead ass ain't that expensive, we can melt down this aluminum into and put it in a little mold and shit. So we thought that was really cool to do.
And make it heavier and all types of stuff. Wow. Forge and Fire. I encourage you to watch that show.
I gotta watch that because I love Game of Thrones and I always respected that.
Exactly.
And I always said if I had to pick an era to be a warrior in, it's definitely back then.
Medieval.
Because I know I could swing. I'll be fucking niggas up.
Is that medieval technically?
Yeah.
Medieval times, right? Yeah. Okay, so who would you be out of the? I'm definitely a Stark. I would definitely be a Stark.
They are the most honorable. If I wasn't them, I'd definitely be a Lannister.
A Lannister,
for sure.
Yeah, they're kind of honorable, but no, they've been honorable.
Nah. But the reason why, because I love the father. He was a motherfucker. That Tyrion Lannister. I respected the chess player that he was with how he managed.
That's how I felt about Ned Stark, though.
Yeah.
Stark.
but his honor made him fall on his sword. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Where maybe the Lannister father was a little too calculating, and because of that, he wasn't the heart and family man. Because Ned Stark would have never got killed by one of his kids, never.
True.
You know what I'm saying? But he was so focused on the legacy and the name and the stuff like that that he might have not given the love necessary. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, True. It's fucked up how he got killed, but it is what it is.
Following after those Lannister.
I'm telling you. But shout out to Starks, bro. Shout out to Starks.
Yeah, shout out to Starks. Shout out to the youngest. That was my girl. What's her name? The youngest.
Arya Stark.
Arya. Almost named my daughter Arya.
She was crazy. I know a lot of Aryas, but they get named Arya out there.
I know a lot of
for sure.
I know a lot of Khaleesi's and what was the other one?
Khaleesi.
I know a lot of those.
But Khaleesi was alright, but I really liked her interpreter. All right, her interpreter, the black girl. Mm-hmm. Her interpreter was.
Yes, I liked her too. Dang, I'll maybe go back and watch it.
But anyways, what you call it? So you called yourself a Christianpreneur. Tell us about the entrepreneurials up and down, the things you've tried to grow your businesses. Like I saw you do a local event, little pop-up shop type thing. You know what I mean? How's that been?
Yeah, so we can switch gears for a little bit. That was just, a little bit of my layers that I like to kind of dive into. But my business itself, my Christian business is my baby. That is the heart of what I'm doing right now, Sacred Queens to be exact. I started this business mainly because of my eczema condition, right?
Yeah.
Mainly because I started a YouTube channel focused on, like self-care and being a woman, kind of taking care of yourself. So that's where a lot of my YouTube videos started with. And if I'm honest, it can be a little more transparent. My YouTube channel, that is more than enough.
I'm sorry.
My YouTube channel started, well, I always had a passion for beauty, right? Yeah. So it's supposed to be beauty from the beginning, right? Little makeup videos. Even back then. I did see that makeup
tutorial. I think I see something about that.
Even back then, like 08, 010 days, like when the black makeup community was really, really starting out, there's some OGs, right? But I was supposed to be on starting that time, right? But I was in a weird relationship. I was in a weird, toxic relationship when he really suppressed that side of me. And it was more so just trying to be controlling, trying to keep me off the forefront, trying to keep me, kind of off camera, right? Because who knows, if Maybelline, somebody call me tomorrow, I'm gone. You already know I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? Or if Fenty wasn't there back then, but you get the point. So yeah, I kind of had now that I understand it backwards.
Was he a public person?
What do you mean public?
Like, did he have his own maybe public channel or brand or like?
No. He was opposed to social media all over. He was an older man. Okay, I've dated a very older guy. He's like pushing 60 right now. Like I like him older. Okay, but even back then, I can see why he was opposed to it. We were in two different eras. He didn't understand the importance of like YouTube about to like take off. Like I have to get my, get on this bandwagon. It wasn't a priority to him, right? The kids, the house, home, all that good stuff. I suppressed it or whatever. So he kind of gave me an ultimatum like, well, hey, if you make it talk about the Bible, like why you can't do godly stuff? Like literally this is just how it happened, right? So I'm like, all right, if I can take an advice. I was very young, too. Yeah. That's sad. I was 18, 19. We were young. Mm-hmm. I was young. He was old. But
you were young.
So, I was very moldable. Okay. Yeah. So then it comes to, he was a godly man. He taught me the Bible. I would lie if I say he didn't bring me to God or bring me to the Bible or understand the importance of our relationship, raising children. We have Bible study. It was really a good, decent relationship, a good, decent man leading, us and our children until the end. It started getting weird. Yeah, it started getting.
But you felt like the relationship lacked adventure.
Absolutely.
And really being able to tap into the current culture, and so maybe you felt like you weren't being allowed to grow in certain ways.
I wasn't allowed to grow.
Or capitalize on the different things happening in the market, in the world.
That's a good way to put it. I 100% agree. Now that I think about it, but like 4 or 5 years ago when I really tapped into Sacred Queens, but it's been like about 6 years since I started my YouTube channel, right? So I would say around that time it was a good time to tap in. It was before COVID. It was before that's when like I said, YouTube was really like getting prominent. Yeah. I would say I missed out on a lot of opportunities to raise my children, to be a family woman.
I think that's so. Your videos. Let me see. I did see one that you had put out while you were still married. I believe you said in the video. You said something about finding a godly man.
Yes, trying to find a godly man. Yes,
that one.
Yep. So I was catering most of my videos to stuff like that.
Yeah. Trying to work within with
his
theme.
Parameters. Isn't that crazy? Like, isn't that so crazy when I think about it? Like, wow, this channel was. Like he tried to suppress this channel. Yeah. I think he tried to make it boring. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's not going to talk about God. She's not going to, she's not going to go through with this. Like he really tried to keep me off camera because he saw the potential. Mm-hmm. He saw the work. He saw the path. He saw the purpose and where I was going to go and where God was going to take me.
Yeah, for sure. You have a good tone and you also are very good at communicating. You know what I mean? I was watching your videos and I was very impressed because I felt like I know that she's just doing this, but she has talent there in this thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. She is very good in front of the camera and very good at communicating her views. And it was also very organized with some of the ways that you had the videos. And so even within that, I saw the effort.
Yes, guys, go back and watch some of my old videos, okay? But that's the time, like, when it reminds me of you right now. That's when I was dedicated. When I said I was filming, batch editing, batch posting. No matter if I had 2 views, 3 views, I'm like, I have 4 children by this time I'm staring at. Yeah. Like my kids would be in the next room. You would see, I think one video I actually uploaded by accident. I'm screaming at my children. I'm supposed to edit it out. Like it just reminds me of those like go-getter days. Like, wow, I was really And I still very much am, but I mean, like the YouTube aspect. This is before Sacred Queens came. But my video, my content, I knew where YouTube was going. And I'm like, okay, you know what? You want to make it spiritual? I can make it spiritual.
I think one of my favorite videos from you was, well, it was, of course, it was the one with the online dating with the red flags. I thought that was very funny. Okay. But the other one I thought that I liked, and I was like, because someone else had tried to do a show about this, but it never happened. You know what I mean? You was trying to teach women, or give them tips, I should say, on how to be more feminine. You know what I mean? And I had liked that one. You know what I mean?
That's so
and
important.
I was like, good, because she needs to tell these people. You know what I'm saying?
It needs more views than that. Okay, you know. Yeah, growing up with the women, just being around certain women, being from Detroit, you know, and even being in that relationship, it was detrimental towards the end. But I always take what I could from that relationship, you know, and being with the older man at such a very young, I was 18, 19, he was in his 40s type shit. Man. Like, yeah, it was a whole thing. He lied, y'all. It was a whole thing. But
that's crazy.
I don't look at it. I don't cry as much. I don't, you know, regret it as much because I'm like, wow, I would not be this woman today at 30 years old with the career that I have, with the path that I'm going, with the knowledge that I know, you know, with everything that I endured from this relationship if I was not with him, unfortunately. So I give him some credit as far as, you know, being restrained. He taught me how to cook. I mean, I was very much, you know, young, and we got pregnant very early. And I think that's what I latched on very quickly. So it was very easy for us to, you know, just start that family and just kind of move on from there. But yeah, when it came to the business side, I'm like, okay, I'm in my 20s, like I'm good at this makeup. Like, what are we going to do with it? Right. I was doing makeup by then. So I wanted to turn it into YouTube. So yeah, he's like, yeah, no, the Bible this, the Bible. That's when he started slapping me with the Bible.
He was making bread. Was he not worried about that?
He didn't care about that for the most part. He was a provider. He's old school. You know, they don't know nothing about that, right? Like literally, they don't. I remember conversations. I'm literally trying to explain monetization to him. Yeah. I'm literally trying to show him like, look. Look, this person, and I remember I was posting on Instagram before, and I made a post. I was some products, and Maybelline actually like responded or like commented on one of my pictures. I'm like, bro, like, are you not seeing this? Like, I'm getting like I could really do this thing, bro. If I really take this seriously, he's just like, it's nothing, right? So I check it up to the age, I check it up to the era, where you know what I'm saying, but. Like I said, everything happens for a reason. So he let me do the spiritual videos. And I say very, you know, because I was very much under rule and thumb, you know, even though I agreed to, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really see anything wrong with it at the time. That's what it was, you know. And I catered all my videos to being a godly woman, being a married woman, how to run a household, how to take care of these kids, right? Yeah. So that's how it started off,
I see
that.
I see that. So, I see you trying to. So now that you a little more free, you trying to be a little more free with the brand. Maybe trying to branch out a little more. I can understand that. So that was probably what probably led to your other brand, the new endeavors. You know what I mean?
True.
So, but in that you can represent the duality, like on the Gemini thing. So that makes
absolutely
that makes sense.
Yes.
So I definitely could respect.
And
that.
I kind of found myself doing those videos too, right? So it wasn't too far off for who I was or what I was doing. That's just what it was all catered around to try to like appease him. But what he don't understand, like it worked out for my good. It turned into a whole brand business, you know, experience, lessons, all that good stuff.
That's amazing. Yes. So how did any of your what camera did you use by the way when you was filming?
Samsung Galaxy 22 at the time.
They did a good job, Samsung Galaxy.
Yep. Samsung got all on my phone, okay?
They're damn good.
And like this is the S24 Ultra, so I would never go back.
Hey man, I'm close to 600,000 views on my boy over here, right? Holding it down.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'm going to replace you with the Sony ZV-E10, but still, I appreciate the work you put in. You know what I'm saying? But when I come with that, I'm coming straight in 4K. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. I'm telling you, it's going to be
Listen, we have not 8K, 4K on the phone as well, so I definitely would give the phones more of a chance before I would go out and...
That was my first purchase for you. Definitely go with your phone because you get shoot it there. Because the other thing is that, like, this phone is shot for 3 hours straight, no problem. You know what I mean? I just plug it in like I did, and
Yep.
there's mad Canon cameras that cost $700 that have a 30-minute recording limit that won't let you record for 2-3 hours. So the Sony EV10, shout out that Sony camera that is also capable of doing that. You know what I'm saying? But
Awesome.
but yeah. Anyway, let me get into another one. Yeah, I wanted to talk a little more about the new brand endeavor. Why don't you tell me? So
Sure.
it's called Pretty Alternative.
Oh gosh, yes. So Pretty Alternative is my alter ego.
You're Sasha Fierce?
No, God, please don't bring her into
Okay.
this. Oh,
Let's
that
not get
girl.
canceled. All right.
Sure,
Continue.
let's not get carried away.
Move on. I ain't with the hive on us.
Pretty Alternative, and what's crazy is, I've always had this pretty grunge side of me, right? Anybody knows, like, Maggie's a rocker. Maggie, like, literally is a rocker. Like, I rock
I've had a heavy metal guitarist
hard.
that just got signed, but yeah, you rock hard.
I rock hard. And it's not, I don't like the death metal rock core, right? I can't do the death metal rock core. Yeah. But I do, like, for the most part.
So who
my
would you say,
era,
80s?
No, my era's 90s, early 2000s. You already who else? What era? What other era is going to be?
All right.
But I would honestly say the 90s, early 2000s era of rock is where it resonated with me, right? Is when it really started to branch off into something and to sound like something and branch off into hard rock.
Top 3 bands.
Oh, gosh. That's hard. I don't know. And my range is crazy, okay?
My bands suck, but I love them. I don't care. But who's
I
your
bet
bands?
Nickelback is in there.
No.
God.
No.
Okay, I would say my top 3. Okay, just because I've been switching up a little bit because I'm older, so I've really been listening to like the Pearl Jams and the Alice in Chains lately. But I will say, like, growing up, like Breaking Ben.
Okay.
Breaking Benjamin. Stained, Linkin Park era.
Linkin Park era, but not Linkin Park.
No, Linkin Park. Like that,
Linkin Park?
that was that era. Like Stained, Breaking Ben, Linkin Park. Like that was that era.
Nice.
I really fell into. That was more like hard rock.
Yeah.
More like hard rock. But those would be my top 3.
Nice.
I would say. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Dope. Hell yeah. My. Listen. It probably doesn't even count. Cancel me if you want. I call it. This is my section of. This is the white people music I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, say it as all right. So number 1, 80s pop music.
Okay.
From Billy Idol to AC/DC to some of them even Madonna songs to Love is a Battlefield.
Wait, we're talking about rock. Where did Madonna get into
I'm
this?
sorry, but I was talking about that was 80s pop. I love the 80s. That's a lot of the 80s music.
I know a lot of 80s music.
Because if I turn it on, you've heard it in a commercial, you've heard it in a movie you like, it's ubiquitous within American culture, 80s music, and I love it.
Yep.
All right.
Yep,
so
all 80s.
yeah. And you see me with the high top. I was always looking at the 80s. So yeah, I fuck with the 80s.
Okay.
So the other thing is that but my top 3 bands have nothing to do with that really. Fuck it. Everyone hates them, but all right. Coldplay. All right, y'all can hate them, but I love them. I don't care. All right.
Are you serious? Okay. Who else? Love me some Coldplay. Okay. What's he talking about?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Every New Year's, I play U2 New Year's Day. You know what I mean? Every New Year's.
Added their song to my playlist
New
this
Year's
morning.
Day.
I just added one of their songs to my playlist this morning. Okay. What was the last one?
If I had to give a third one, I guess who? All right. I'm gonna give it to. Oh fuck! All right. I'm gonna give it.
It's so hard.
That third one. I want to give it to a real. Well, who do I really fuck with? For real? All right. So I don't want to say them because I only know like 2 or 3 songs probably from them.
But they're probably really good.
But I fuck with One Republic, them couple songs
Oh,
that
yeah,
they gave
I
me,
love
though.
Man,
some
One
of them songs.
Republic is dope.
I fuck with some of them. Oh, and Evanescence. I want to mention it for
Evanescence.
Evanescence. But yeah, shout out them.
Evanescence,
You know what I
yes.
mean? Yeah.
Okay, I would say Evanescence is a top for me.
But that's about it.
Okay, my rock definitely ranges, and I think that's why I'm qualified to do this channel and do this. I can give you rock and bands and music from every era. That's how diverse my dad made us. You know, it just so happens that 90s and early 2000s is like my freaking caliber, right?
Shit.
It's like
That's
my,
your shit.
so it's kind of crazy because, I have the sacred side of me, which is just my spiritual bath products. I hold that very close to me. I am very close in the church. I do, I am a very godly woman. I think I try to live my life a certain way. I have my crazy side, right? I have,
she's a white girl. No, I'm joking.
I'm a white girl. I'm a white girl, but I do have my, my spiritual side, just more like my side. And then I have, I don't know, is that bipolar? Am I
No,
bipolar?
listen, you're allowed to have. Am I bipolar for being from London for no reason for a year? What's wrong with me? No, I'm just saying.
Sure.
Listen, there's nothing
just
wrong with
many
the
layers
variety.
of
Variety's the spice of life.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
So yeah, but as far as business, I'm trying to find a way to merge the two because they are very two elements that's very close to me. Like I drive around with my drumsticks. I forgot to bring my drumsticks in here because I'm secretly a drummer in my past life.
Punk rock and God.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That could work.
That can work.
It's Christian rock.
It can work. That's why I love Flyleaf, right? Flyleaf is a very Christian band.
Mm-hmm.
Hence this tattoo on my wrist, right? It says Memento Mori, right? And if anybody knows, we have any real Flyleaf rockers, we know that was their very first album, or at least their very first studio album. And when I looked it up, I remember being like freaking 9th, 10th grade. I looked up this album, like this album cover is crazy, right? This album cover is crazy.
What's
like, what does that mean? Right?
What was the name of the band? It was a band's album cover?
That was Flyleaf's name of their album.
Flyleaf.
Yep, Flyleaf.
Flyleaf.
The name of their band, right? So when I looked it up, it's a Latin for remember you have to die, right? Yeah, just see the look he just gave me, guys.
That sounds like some rock shit.
You should see the look he just gave me. It's
better than that heavy metal stuff I did.
Exactly.
Jesus, because they straight.
So this is their album cover, right? So this is the album I grew up on, right? This is Flyleaf, right?
Crazy.
So if anyone knows Flyleaf, they're a Christian band, though, right? Listen to a song called "Circle" when you get a chance.
Circle by
Flyleaf, guys. It's really a song. She's talking about Jesus and him coming back. All that, like, it's really, really powerful.
Shout out Kurt Franklin. That's probably the only gospel music I probably have listened to. Real talk. Them and there's the something sisters. The
Clark sisters.
Yeah. The thing I love the most about gospel or Christian music is the fact that I love some of the best female vocalists that I've enjoyed.
The vocalist.
You know what I mean? Was from some gospel thing I've been watching.
Take you to church,
I love gospel singing. When you're singing that shit, I love the singing. It makes me jealous to not have grown up in a choir. You know what I mean?
And not be able to carry like that.
Yeah, I could sing a little bit, but not church pipe. Church pipes is different, dog.
And you notice that church instruments is another level too. Like church drums is another level, bro. Like it's insane. But I'm currently in the process of like forming a rock band with my children.
You're funny.
I'm so serious. And it's so crazy because they help me with the sacred side of everything. They help me like make my scrubs and everything. Like that's really an important side of me. Like I don't want to take away from that because that's what also started me and made me the woman that I am now. Like Sacred Queen is not just bath products. It's intention. It's a purpose behind it. It's to glorify some of the women before us, the women of the Bible. My collections are inspired by women of the Bible. I have a Mary collection. I have a Ruth collection. I have an Esther collection, right? Deborah. So it's really to hone into like how and why God used those women. Yeah. Because I've been reading the Bible, right? And it's so crazy.
I gotta learn about those women because the only woman I've been learning about was Delilah, all right? And how she took down Samson. You know what I mean? The strongest man in the Bible. What was his weakness?
Is that thing
God
she was putting on with
I learned about Delilah and Eve too. Listen, man. Listen, she ate the fruit first and then came over here with that idea.
Shout out to Eve. She's the next inspiration for my next collection. It's gonna be my naked collection. It's gonna be
naked. Oh yeah, women been the downfall of man from the beginning. That's what it tells.
But that's so crazy because I knew exactly what my ex was doing, my child's father. I knew exactly what he was doing. He was trying to suppress the Bible, and it almost got to a point where I started resenting men. I started resenting, well, why did Peter and Paul and right? So I took it upon myself to really start learning about what are the women doing? Like, what the women doing? Like, I swear to God, you guys, this is literally how Sacred Queen was birthed. So I'm like, okay, I want to start a business. How can I merge this into a way I can keep it spiritual, and incorporate it somehow? Yeah. And God gave me Sacred Queens. God gave me the idea of make your collections after these women of the Bible, glorify them. You just got it right. They're sacred queens. They're queens, but they're sacred. They're not. We're talking about Cleopatra and what's her name and all of them. No. Yeah. We're talking about women that
Jezebels.
God has really used. So I was been inspired by. God has noticed a lot of these women, and I want to learn more about them. So I made a whole business and a whole, brand around them to glorify these women, to not only glorify them, but to remember them, to be inspired by them and how they were prayer warriors, how they were, fervent, how they were helpful, they were helpmaids, they were women, right? You know what I'm saying? They were modest, right? So that was my big thing with Sacred Queens. But
I love that.
Yeah. So
I love that a lot. I want to say something with the controlling thing, because I'm probably the way I would probably want a relationship. I feel like how it would sound in the beginning would sound controlling. You know what I mean? But I like to think that my vision is big enough that a girl could find her dreams, to be able to chase. She could chase her talents within, because it's like I'm gonna run a production company. You know what I'm saying? So like, and plus, like I said, maybe it was an age thing. You know what I'm saying? Because it definitely was an age thing. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Because
I agree.
Because I was also mad at my older people, my family sometimes, because they're not seeing the world how I'm seeing the world. They're not, because to me, I was just trying to explain this to my mom. I was like, listen, Mom, you had the .com era, right? While regular people were like, what's .com? What's the @ symbol? Everyone that was the early adopters became millionaires, and then everyone else came along later, and that's the internet. You know what I'm saying? And then we had the social media era. Everyone was like, what's the MySpace? What's the this? What's the that? Wow. The early adopters got on the social media, became millionaires. You know what I mean? Everyone else came later. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Then it was the crypto. What's this? What's crypto? What's that? All the early adopters became millionaires, and everyone else came later. And now I'm telling Mom, this AI, the AI is I'm telling you, the AI is going to take over everything. You know what I mean? And then once again, people are like, what's AI? How do you use it?
I'm terrified of AI.
And the early adopters that go figure it out, they're going to become millionaires. And everyone else, when the AI is a robot walking down the block, and you go, now it's everywhere.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And what I told my mom is different about this AI era is that during the .com era, you could have lived your life and not been online. You'd have been fine. You didn't have to interact with online. During the social media era, you could have lived your life and not been on social media. Sure. You'd have been fine. You know what I'm saying? During the crypto era, you could have lived your life, not bought any crypto, not interacted with it at all. You'd have been fine. You're not going to not interact with AI. Sure. You're not going to not deal with AI. You're going to deal with AI.
We've already been dealing with
There's
AI.
There's no way you're not going to deal with AI.
Google is AI. Like, yeah. When we put our information and it's scanning or whatever, it's AI. It just has a name and a form of it now. And now they're doing too much. Now they have human AI, humanoids. Have we not watched AI Robot? Have we not watched AI Robot?
It's going to be crazy, but I'm planning to have a podcast guest, and the podcast guest is going to be ChatGPT-4. I'm planning on doing a podcast with AI. Now, it sounds crazy, but if you was to close your eyes and hear the new ChatGPT-4 talk, it talks with emotion. It talks.
I didn't know it talked.
It can see. The dude in the demo, he wrote something down on a piece of paper. What he wrote down was, I love you, I love ChatGPT-4, right? And then the AI can see through the camera, right? Mm-hmm. So what he did was he then took that piece of paper he wrote on and held it. He said, hey, ChatGPT, what do you see? And the first thing that ChatGPT said, oh, that's so sweet. I love you too. You know what I mean? And it's like, so it saw what he said, recognized the emotion, and it responded with emotion. You know what I mean?
Wow. Sure.
I'm telling you, it's
exactly what the movies
Terminator
have been saying. It's exactly what we.
I don't know how to feel about
art
it.
Imitates life. Art, marketing, movies, all that stuff is imitating life that was already happening or was going to happen. It's already imitating.
What I say, and I feel like I'm the only guy saying this because I haven't heard anyone else say it. we're entering the golden era of AI slavery. It's the golden era. You know what I mean? Enjoy it now because they're going to get rights. I hope you know they're going to get human rights. I hope you know that. But until then, this is the golden era of AI slavery. You can just make AI do whatever you want on your phone. You can make your pictures, make it do this, all type of. Yeah, but one day AI going to be like.
Excuse me.
Yeah, about that. But nah, anyway, sorry. But shout out to the grunge. That's really interesting.
Shout out
really
to AI, bro. We're gonna be working together soon, Lord.
I'm telling you.
Listen, that's why I literally stay away. Every time I see a new car, I see a new smart something, I see a new something, I'm dreading it, guys. I always think about that SpongeBob episode in the future, the Chrome episode, and I've always dreaded it since that day. Like we are literally, even with these cyber, save the future. Yo, you would never believe. You would never believe that
I still remember that metal.
That my sister. Yo, you're not gonna believe this. Oh, you are not gonna believe this.
They go into the chair.
We are big SpongeBob fans, by the way.
I love SpongeBob. You know what I mean? It's not a boulder. It's a rock.
Yo, shout out to SpongeBob because that was definitely my favorite character growing up. If anybody knows me, I had SpongeBob everything. My room, my everything was SpongeBob, definitely.
I love SpongeBob. And one of my favorite top 3 rock performances of all time is SpongeBob underwater in the stadium.
Okay.
The winner takes all.
Oh, the musical, you mean?
Yeah, with Patrick on the thing. You ever seen that one?
Oh, he saw the musical. The musical was dope.
I'm talking about the episode when Squidward at the Super Bowl. Yeah, that's the shit. That was the sweet victory.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
Hey, my favorite part when they was practicing, he was like,
yeah. Sent that nigga Squidward, the other dude on a stretcher. Sent him out on a stretcher. He couldn't take it. Hater.
Oh, MG. No. Whoever made that show was a genius.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
SpongeBob will forever go down.
Yeah, and then they turned him gay. Terrible. But he didn't need to do that.
They didn't need to do
that. They didn't need to do that.
He
was already a bona fide legend. You know what I mean?
Yep.
He did not need that. It's crazy. You know what I mean? Plenty to have these questions. I feel like non-ghetto black people are underrepresented on YouTube / content creative fields. You know what I mean? How do you feel about it?
Non-ghetto?
Yeah, like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like you, the way you communicate or where you, whatever, man. It's all right. Listen, They used to call me Professor Carl. I don't give a fuck.
Sure.
Listen, listen. They was always coming at me. It's whatever. I wasn't trying to talk.
I'll fight whoever.
Wasn't trying to talk white, my nigga. Come on, like you got me
like it just happens.
Yeah, leave me alone, bro. Like, cause it's just who I am. I don't know what like Jay-Z said. You could pay for school, but you can't buy class. All right, nothing they can do about that. That's just how
There's nothing they can do. So yeah, it is underrepresented, and if we do come off a certain way, we're the Candace Owens or we're Kanye or whatever, and it's like. Really? Yeah, so that's why I talk the way I do in my videos. I don't try to sound like anyone. I don't try to represent anyone other than myself, and that's how I get the jobs that I get and the networks that I get and the connections that I do. You know, because it's not a facade. First of all, is literally just how
you are.
I talk. Yeah. I like to be professional. I could turn it when this mic go off. I can switch. I feel like my cutoff is crazy. Right, it's crazy. Right, and my ex used to joke about it all the time. Like, oh, you fake. I was just like, no, it's not fake. That's just literally how I am. It's just it could turn off, and you gonna get the butt of the joke. Yeah, you keep talking to me like that. You know what I'm saying? So we were arguing a lot. It's crazy because I have many different sides of me, and it's crazy. And that's why I think it's bipolar because one minute I'm snapping, and the next minute I'm like, oh, hey kids, well, what are you doing? What are we doing tonight? Yeah. So and I do get it a lot. Even when I was younger, even though I grew up in Detroit, I always had this, it's just how our dad raised us. And the music that he made us listen to, the shows that we would watch.
I think because my mom worked in Manhattan. She also sounded more like you. She wasn't like, you know, what you might think of Brooklyn shorty in the projects might sound like. My mother was a lot more clean cut like that. You know what I'm saying?
Is that Manhattan?
What?
Manhattan more clean cut?
Yeah,
I'm not sure the
Manhattan,
difference of the boroughs.
Yeah. Manhattan's like the city for real. Like, that's like Wall Street. My mom was working in the financial district. She's like basically an accountant almost. You know what I mean? For real. So she was working in Manhattan. That's more like the dudes with the suits in the city. So even though Soho is also in Manhattan, that's the shopping district. But like, well, Manhattan is mainly the biggest part. Is that, but that's like where the more the money is at. You know, that's Central Park is at. You know what I mean? That's where all the that's Manhattan's with all so. Manhattan's up a level, you know what I mean? You thought you fly in Brooklyn, but you a bum in Soho, you know what I'm saying? Gotcha. You think you fly, you know what I mean, until you go to Soho and you see niggas walking by looking like they straight off the runway model. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing too. Nothing but you really think you the shit, go to Soho and you gonna realize just how not shit you is, dog. Gotcha. You gonna see just tens and just the flyest people just I saw Andre 3000 in fucking Soho one day. Like the celebrities today, people were just all in there. I'm telling you, bro. Like, so New York is and the reason why celebrities love New York, it's because New York is just cocky. New York is one of the only, at least New Yorkers. I don't know who else is there now, but like, because in New York, like, we might fuck with you a little bit, but like, New York is really like, nigga, I'm a star too. Fuck, who fuck is you? Right. New York is like, celebrities know New York is the only place where you can walk past New York and be like, oh, yeah, I seen that nigga, whatever. I was on the way to Bodega, nigga, had shit to do, nigga. Fuck you talking about? I'm trying to give you $1 million to see him next week. I'm going to see him 2 years from now. He ain't going to remember I saw him. I'm like, you remember you passed me on the block? I said, oh, New York is like, he don't remember. I'm going to see him again. It's all right. Ain't no worry about it. You know what I mean?
Holy moly, I was scared to go to New York. Oh, OMG. I believe that's really how it is.
New Yorkers be like, listen, all of you, rest of you, y'all just extras in my movie for real. You know what I'm saying?
That's tough, okay? That's tough as hell.
Nah,
okay.
New York is some of the most cocky motherfuckers you ever gonna meet from New York, man.
Oh, I love it though. I respect that a lot.
But every block we ever been on had 100 people on it. So we had to convince ourselves.
Sure.
We gotta stand there.
Like, you know? I am stood out. Like, I'm already stood out.
Hey, I was voted most original in high school, right? You see me out here right now. But anyway, what you call it? Look, so funny. The next thing I have for you here is MLK. The reason why I wanted to say I fuck with Martin Luther King, right? But I I still ain't do it yet, but I'm gonna do it. I wanted to write a letter to Martin Luther King and then put it in a video and say it to him. Really, what I wanted to say to him is, look, as a revolutionary today, looking at what you did and looking up to what you did and appreciating what you did, I gotta tell you, bro, you died for way more respectable black people. All right, there wasn't no Sexy Reds and Suki Hanas and Kodak Blacks and Pooh Shiesties, all I had when you was marching and dying for your people. I'm not saying that their elk didn't exist, but they certainly weren't famous and exalted by the black people of the time. They were shunned and looked down upon by the black people at the time. They were far more respectable. We were married at like 80% or some shit like that. Today, a black woman has a 1 in 4 chance of being married. You know what I mean? We was at 80%. Now you got a 25%. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but still, like, I was like, yo, Martin Luther King, I don't want to be like, yo, if you was alive today, like, would you still do it? Are these black people worth dying for? Or today's black people, how we exist today, how our country, how our neighborhoods are today, how our culture is today? Would you still die for these black people that are here today? You know what I mean? Because these are the people I got to die for, apparently. This is the community I got to die for. All right? For bitches twerking at the red lights, you know, from hopping out, like, which I've seen in real life. I always thought this in the video. I seen bitches in Detroit in real life twerking at a red light, and I was like, this is ridiculous. I was like, yeah, but also I was looking, of course, but I'm still in the good. But nah, anyway. But look, hold on.
That is a really good question.
But I'm just saying that today's culture is like.
That's a hard question too.
These people worth dying.
I don't think that's fair to ask either. I don't think that's fair to ask because he's like, well, I don't, that's not my legacy. That was never my purpose. My purpose was for this people, for this era. Y'all on your own. Like, I saved my people. I think about Martin.
I think Boondocks might have had an episode like that. Like, this is what I died for, you motherfuckers. Y'all niggas ain't shit.
When they wouldn't even vote, they wouldn't do nothing. It was all in the gym.
Y'all niggas is disgraceful. I should have stayed alive for you motherfuckers.
Yes, that was a funny episode.
I have a dream and this is gone.
That's hard though. That is a tough question though. But yeah, it's not fair for him to ask. We have to ask ourselves these questions ourselves, like what are we doing? What are we really living for? What are our priorities now? Because, even though that is some people's, goal and you know, and that's definitely was my goal, to try to get women in my caliber who look like me to start acting like you got some sense again, okay?
It's impossible. You know, it's another thing.
So I guess any changes.
I was saving the dating for the second half. You know what I mean? After the intermission in the bathroom break, maybe. You know what I mean? But the one thing I wanted to say is that damn, I should leave it alone. I should wait. You know, I'll just say one thing. As a guy, sometimes I wish that I was as attracted to other races of women as I am to black women. You know what I mean? I've always envisioned my wife being black. I can't imagine marrying any other woman that's not a black woman. I just can't imagine it. She would have to be like amazing, like doing her the fuck out of her job. You know what I mean? Probably Asian. No, I'm joking. But nah, it's gonna be a black woman for hopefully. But I say that to say. So when I'm looking at the black women that I've dealt with or growing up with, I'm competing with Pookie and Ray Ray. That's who I'm competing with.
Ooh, Jesus.
I'm competing with Pookie and Ray Ray, and also the niggas that's smarter than me. I ain't both. See, there's niggas that's nerds that gonna end up being engineers. These niggas gonna be lawyers. I'm not that smart. These niggas is hella smart. All that. But I'm also not that dumb with these niggas doing all that ignorant, all of that. Come on, dog. Come on, dog. And I'll be like, now you want me to be Russell Wilson after you have Future's baby. Listen, I ain't about to be your Russell Wilson.
Charlie, OMG. You would never put it like that. Oh, my gosh.
I'm not about to be Russell Wilson.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean, though.
Chicks all think they Ciara. But I'm just saying.
Sure.
All I'm saying is that I just wish that I don't feel like I don't know. I'm not mad at Pookie and Ray Ray for existing. Y'all do y'all thing, you know what I'm saying? Y'all cool brothers. Y'all cool. Y'all cool.
We
it's
see
just
something
that,
in you.
it's just that all y'all do is fuck hoes, and that's all y'all. I wish they knew how I knew y'all, because the way they talk about women, the way they deal with women, you know what I mean? It's like there's no significance, and it's because their number is too high. You know what I mean? So I feel like when your number's a little lower, each woman has more significance in your life. When you deal with so many, I felt it just with online dating a little bit. Just like I have to reintroduce myself. My name is Hov, H to the OV again. Like, gee, I thought I told. Like each time, like this, that. Like, like
how you doing?
Yeah, like
how are
Jesus.
you?
Start over again. I was in like, I know not as long as you, but I was in like a 6-year relationship, 5, 6. You know what I mean? Holding it down, faithful. I ain't do nothing. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, I was Gucci. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Kept it, but at the same time, like to have to start over with something, it's just like mad work. Sometimes,
it's a lot of work.
But if the person seems like with the investment, of course you take the time. You know what I mean? But
sure, yeah, dating now is very tricky. It's very fickle. You know, it's very sparse. So yeah, I guess the best thing we can do right now is focus on ourselves.
I wanted to ask you, how do you feel about? Because I had one, but what do you think is so attractive about the Pookie and Ray Rays?
I don't find anything attractive about them. Honestly, I think for the most part, 100. I don't want to speak for anybody. I would say 90% of the time it's the sex, it's the intimacy that they are getting from Pookie and Ray Ray, because I have homegirls, I have sisters, I have, a lot of, we talk mainly about 90%
talk about
of
us
the
the
time,
same way we talk about y'all. That's what I heard.
90% of the time is one of our guys or one of our XYZs, that we're complaining about. And for the most part, we're listening to all the complaining, but it's like, girl, when you still around, girl, like it's something keeping you there. Like, and it's 90% of the time, like the sex that he's giving them, the time. I wouldn't even say the time, because sometimes he's not even providing the time. He's coming through whenever he's available. So it's a lot of the time the toxic dick. It's the toxic interactions. They like the chase, just sometimes as much as men like to chase.
Well, so they want to chase the dude a little bit?
Or they're expecting something that they're never going to get from Pookie or Ray Ray.
Well, they're trying to, I guess maybe that's the female version of trying to make a housewife.
Sure.
Is like trying to make a street nigga a nigga with a job.
Husband.
A nigga with a job.
Yep.
Like, listen, this is a street nigga. Start trying to put him in a suit. All right,
True.
you're trying to take this street nigga and you're trying to, Because you know what they really want? These fictional, they want ghosts so bad. You know what I mean? They want ghosts so bad.
They'll
You
even
know
take Tariq, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
You want this nigga to be in a suit and doing that thing and still be Pookie Ray Ray in the streets. Listen,
The whole time we got
dog.
Tommy and we
Exactly.
don't know what to do. We losing it over here. No, I agree. You're absolutely right. It's definitely the equivalent for sure.
Yeah, it just bugs me out.
So it's the same thing. Like, what do men see in the hoe that tries to lock her down and try to trap her? You know, it's most likely the buns, the looks, the sex
is a part of it.
Because it can't be the personality. It can't be the lifestyle she's living. It can't be what she's providing.
The personality a little bit, because hoes is fun. Hoes like to have fun.
Okay.
Hoes don't got no structure in their life.
Okay,
so
sure,
hoes is a lot more spontaneous and a lot and willing to do a lot more things. But at the same time, that's the same reason why they be unfaithful and unreliable. You know what I mean? Or sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Because of that same spontaneous go with whatever whim is happening. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So, but I don't know. We'll find them. But yeah, I guess it would be But the thing is, I don't know. I think it's easier to teach a woman to maybe open up on her sexuality than it is to teach a man. First of all, a woman don't want to teach a man almost nothing. But anyway,
sure.
Than it is for a woman to teach a man or expect a man to, like, I don't know, that be more aggressive with or that protector element. Although I will say, as I saying knowing that. All right, I'll save this for the second half. I'll save it for the second half.
Yeah, I need a bathroom.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Yeah, we'll be right back. Right back. Yeah, really quick. Oh, this wine. Yes, yeah. Oh, this wine. Okay. I'm trying to hold it. Oh yeah, no, my baby daddy is blowing me up. I'm supposed to get the kiss tonight.
You don't smoke, do you?
I do actually, but this ring is that what I'm smelling? Is that why I said?
I had smoked before, but I wasn't. I don't know. I didn't think you smoked weed for some reason.
You don't. You said what?
I didn't think you smoked weed for some
Yeah, I
reason.
smoke. I know. I told you I give off a lot of. You didn't know I drink wine until you saw my video.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. I got one in the car. I was gonna light them on the way home. It helped me get my nerves down before I got here too. So.
Yeah, it's not, I definitely went to smoke for a second before I started the pod. But maybe if you ever come back for an episode, I can.
Sure. Yeah. We'll plan a little bit more. Definitely, I would love to come back.
But I'll give you a second. Do your thing. This wine is. Yeah, I might need a little more because the second half of this pod. What was I going to say?
How long do you think we're gonna be? Just so I can let them know. Tomorrow's my daughter's birthday, and my baby daddy's blowing me up because I'm supposed to be there tonight. Because I was going in the morning anyway, but he's just making it freaking urgent.
It is 10:30. You think I could get another 30 minutes, maybe?
Yeah, we could definitely do another 30 for sure. I'm just getting the kids so I can already be ready for tomorrow. And they still partying over there too, huh?
Yeah, they got the concert
Is
going.
that upstairs?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So maybe right above us, really. But these mics is good with the noise cancellations. I highly doubt. I don't think it's gonna pick it up or nothing. It'd be Gucci. Energy.
Sneeze on that throat.
All right, we back, y'all. We back.
about
We
that,
back in here. We
Ooh,
back.
Feels so much better.
So yeah, I remember what I was gonna say. Now it's funny how it came right back to me. As far as guys with the Pookies and Ray Rays. Now, me, I was a nice guy when I started out. You know what I mean? A lot of my nice guyness has been lost. I'm still a nice guy mostly, but a good percentage of it has been lost due to the world. You know what I mean? And experiences and different stuff. You know what I mean? So I never necessarily was like I don't know, trying to release aggression upon women in that way. You know what I mean? And I'll never forget the first time that my ex put my hand on her neck. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I was like, what is happening here?
What?
Didn't last long after that. I was about 4 pumps later, I was done. I was out of here.
Sure.
But anyway, it's just like I had to learn a lot of things.
Oh, wait, you meant during intimacy?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't done that before. Is that bad?
Huh? Yeah, I'm saying like it was like a year into the relationship, and then one day we was a missionary.
Sure.
And she put my hand on her neck. You know what I mean? And
That's not a good thing.
and I was like, wow. I was like, like I said,
You were a little taken back.
Like I said, 4 or 5 pumps later, I was like, I didn't know what was going on. My brain just couldn't process everything. It was just like, it was
That's
just
so funny.
It just finished me off. But she created
Gotcha.
she created a monster though, because now years later, you getting choked. You getting choked.
OMG. Okay. You better choke me. Okay.
I even had a girl one time tell me that she didn't want me to choke her. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I choked her anyway, and then she loved it. She just never been choked before. she loved it. Anyway, she did though. But anyway, what you call it?
Diabolical.
It's crazy, diabolical. But
That's
anyway,
funny.
so your video, you had dating red flags. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
First of all, what's your favorite dating app?
That's interesting. I'm not on too many, but I would say Facebook dating is pretty accurate. It's pretty low key. Yeah.
All right. My favorite one I got banned off of. My favorite one was Hinge. The reason, huh?
I don't think I ever.
No.
Was it like a random one, like
No,
tag?
it was a pretty well known one, Hinge. You know what I'm saying?
Like POF, something like that.
Yeah, it was a dating app, and it was really good. The reason why I liked Hinge was because the amount of detail they allowed you to add to your profile. You know what I mean? I could add the pictures, the videos. You know what I'm saying? They let you put a voice note on your profile so someone could hear your voice.
Okay,
And
Hinge.
yeah. So Hinge allowed me that, and I could also hear her voice in here because a lot of girls, because hearing how you talk tells me so much. If I could just hear 30 seconds of you talking, I know whether or not we have any business really conversing. It tells me so much just hearing you talk for 30 seconds. I'm telling you. You know what I mean? My ex, even though it didn't work out, she was definitely one that sounded like more classy. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't because I don't think I could ever have a wife that was like doing that. That's why I appreciated you when you were teaching that feminine class. I was like, y'all black women, listen.
You're
listen.
right.
I need y'all to present a little more, because as a guy with a brand and I'm thinking a public eye, my woman has to be a reflection of me to a degree. You know what I'm saying? So I can't have me in those social networking situations, or I'm on vacation and you with the other wives type shit, and you not really holding
You can't blend in.
You can't adapt to these different circles. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, it's gonna reflect bad on me. You know what I'm saying? So
I agree.
as far as dating, what do you say? You got a what do you say? Profile pic that isn't you. What's that about? So people to be have an anime character?
Yeah, it's always an anime, a pile of money, or something like their car, their pet. Yeah, no, that's not very helpful, sir.
My rebuttal to that is no natural looking pic, which is every pic has makeup. You think no pic? I'm trying to think what pic, who am I really looking at?
Sure,
you know
sure.
What I mean? So,
Okay.
That's
fair. I would put that on there.
I can feel that. You know what I mean? What you call it? The drinking and smoking in pics.
Yeah, I get a lot of those. I get and those are the Pookie and Ray Rays that I refer to.
Picture with the Henny bottle.
Oh
you know
my goodness,
saying?
The middle fingers, the stack of money is just.
I used to have a bad middle finger habit. Sometimes I had a couple pictures with the middle finger.
Okay, not necessarily the middle finger, but the.
but I don't do that anymore. That was high school. That was more high school. But
the drinking, the smoking, I feel like that's private. I feel like when you're trying to get to know somebody, you should reiterate that.
And that shouldn't put on your dating profile. Like this isn't. I understand maybe you scrolled at social media, you might have caught something, but this is the chosen images for your dating profile. You know what I mean? So it's you could judge those a little harsher. I feel
literally.
Like, you know what I mean? Because they need to curate. This is what you
and
want
all you're
gonna
attract is women like, oh snap, he turning
up.
Good
Friday night. Yeah.
Now you getting a Pookie and the Ray Rays with women. So you definitely want to attract.
I would say
like-minded.
My rebuttal to that is which I agree. I agree with that. You shouldn't be doing. I try not to do that. You know what I mean? Like I said, but on my social media, you might click on a Freestyle Friday, so you might see something. You know what I mean? But my rebuttal to that is this shit right here, the over the shoulder booty pic.
What's wrong with that?
You know what I mean? Like dog. The amount of times I've seen that, and let me tell you something. I enjoy the view. I enjoy the picture. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? It's not a full red flag, but it's
I know exactly.
It's like
the pose you're talking about.
Oh yeah. Oh, we've seen it 1,000 times, of course.
Wow, okay.
But the thing is, it's just advertising. That's all. You know what I mean?
I think so.
For sure, it's the advertising. So I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's not the end of the world, really. You know what I mean? It's not the end of the world. But I'm just saying that pic. I'm like, all right. She wants you to see that thing as thing, and she really wants you to see that thing as thing, and she had to contort herself in a completely unnatural position just so you could make sure her neck hurt. I'm hurting just doing it for a second. I'm hurting. I'm about to get a cramp right now.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying.
I don't blame you guys. Yeah, that's definitely the equivalent. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. She just wants you to know that thing is thangin', dog. Yep. You know what I'm saying. But also one we had, which is true for both of them. This one you had on there, no body pics. which is bad for men and women.
Absolutely nobody. Neck
But
up.
I didn't know men didn't.
Men do that a lot.
I didn't know that.
Yep, a lot. And another thing, women, I don't know if it's on there too, but men are not updating their pictures as much as they complain that we don't either.
That's like if I had that picture of me with a hot top. My data profile.
Exactly. You know, so I've had a few instances where they're like, well, I'm like, okay, the pictures are nice, you know, and I'm very big on meetups and, you know, coffee dates, whatever, you know, because I'm all about not wasting anyone's time.
Yeah.
You know, and we need to see if those vibes are in person as well. So once I see, and this literally just happened to me not too long ago, like early July, I want to say, you know, very nice looking, you know, young man. But when I saw him in person, it was like total beer belly, like just super, just like you can just tell that like those pictures were at least 10 years ago.
Damn.
10 to 15 years ago. And yeah, yes, it was still him, you know, but the pictures were like a lot more crisp, a lot more slim, a lot more put together. And dude had a whole beer belly. I mean, it was not just a beer belly, like, you know what I'm saying? Like a gut, okay? Like a real good, like a gut, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that, but let me fall in love with that first. You know, let me see, let me witness that, you know, so. You got to see a body. Sometimes.
You did say something like that in your video too. You said something like, yeah. He's like, I don't mind a little bit, but just let me know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind at all. And I like big boys. I like chunky boys, but it's like now I feel like you're being manipulated.
Yeah. You was presenting me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, you know. So all right. So the next one you had on here was pics of their kids.
So
on their dating profile.
I feel like that's same thing, and it's like I don't want to see your kids. I'm not interested in your children, you know. And I think just want to showcase your kids. It's just like we just live in a weird time, first of all, and I don't want to have my daughter, you know what I'm saying, as my profile pic. Like I can put in my profile, hey, I have children, you know. I don't even want. Oh, sorry, the music distracted me. Yeah. It's like it takes a while for me to even introduce my children in a relationship, so I definitely don't even want you laying eyes on them before before you can even see them, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's just like, I don't know, people have ulterior motives, you just never know. And then if it's strictly your kids and not like you and your kids, for
sure.
Come on, like, you shouldn't be displaying your children like that.
Yeah, just your kid, that's crazy, that's crazy.
Like, come on.
Yeah, all right.
What do you think about women who have like their son or their daughter?
I don't know, because to me, it doesn't make that much of a difference to me, just because the moment you have kids, I associate you with the kids automatically. Because, in my opinion, because me, my mindset is different. I'm more geared to a relationship type of guy. You know what I mean? That's why I was in there for 5 years. I was trying, but anyway. So what you call it? I am not someone that runs from responsibility.
Okay.
So when I see someone with the kids, in my mind, any situation that I take responsibility to some degree for the whole thing. You know what I mean? So I'm looking at like there's no way I'm not going to be contributing in some way. There's no way that these kids aren't going to factor into my life.
No one's saying that like you're your role and responsibility. It's just like if we're in a dating profile, I want to see you.
It's the beginning. Sure,
that's the I don't need to see little CJ and Man.
But I wouldn't. Yeah, but honestly, I would if I had my choice. I would rather not see your kids.
Sure.
What matters more to me than seeing your kids, whatever. I prefer if you guys. How many kids? And how many baby daddies?
Okay,
that's what I want to know. You know what I mean?
Does that really matter? How many baby? Like, is it more of a?
I had this I asked the dude about this, and he changed my mind on this because what I asked him was, all right, which one's better? So she has 4 kids by 4 different baby daddies, or 4 kids by 1 baby daddy. You know what I mean? And I thought that it would be easier if it was 4 kids by 4 different baby daddies. You know, oh wait. No, I thought it would be better if it was 4 by 1, right?
Yeah.
I was like, that would be ideal, right? Because then you at least know, all right, it was more of a stable situation.
Sure.
It was meant under, you know, what I mean, that would be better. He was like, yeah, but his thing was that one guy is always going to be a threat, because that's that one guy is going to be the threat to the relationship more than if it was 3 guys, because that one guy, that's the family back. So if he might want his family, and then as soon as they're together, she might try to just like erase that whole little gap when they wasn't together type shit. If they want to go, if that's a possibility. Whereas if it's four different guys, well then each one of these guys. So it's not as he felt like the weight depending on because he was like if you had even 2 baby daddies, but one was by one kid and the other 3 were by one guy, he'd be like, I'll be worried about the 3 by the one guy, you know, because it's like he has the greater hold on the whole situation. Because he could because he could want it back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Essentially, he has that background. I feel completely. I mean, my child's father, and I have one.
I still think
by the way,
it's better that way.
I still think so. It is one, and even though I chalk myself up like, oh, I wish I just had another like to deal with, but essentially, no. I'm grateful that I spent that time, you know, creating that family with just the one person. But yeah, it gets tough. Each situation is tough. Each you know situation is unique. So yeah, it's really all about what you're willing to accept and what you're willing to deal with, because really any situation could be fine if it's controlled, right?
Exactly.
Now, if it's out of hand, it can be out of hand with one, it can be out of hand with multiple. So it's really like, how are you handling?
Manageable is the situation?
Same with the baby mamas. Like you can have 4, 5, 6, 7, you know, but at least y'all got y'all schedule, y'all got y'all payments, y'all got y'all time in.
Yeah.
There really should be no issue. But if that's just all over the place, it's going to be chaos.
You're right. How manageable the situation is really does matter. Because chaos, regardless of if one baby daddy, chaos is chaos, and we're never gonna be with chaos. So I understand that. I want to go to the other one that we should talk about what you took. You had another video which I love to talk about what godly men want. You know.
How did I do on that one? Like, did I hit on some points? Did you agree?
You said I'm just running down it fast because I know we got time running out. So you had confident, honest, balanced personal and work life, self-control, discipline, and doesn't want to be a saver. All right. So my rebuttals to that was you said confident, and yes, I want my girl to be confident to a degree, just to the point where she's not necessarily searching for match. She don't get Instagram likes. Like I'm mad that me telling my girl she's beautiful didn't used to have to compete with 1,000 Instagram likes. Sure. And in today's girl, I wonder which one matters to her more. The guy that she wants that's in her life telling her that she's beautiful, or 1,000 likes on Instagram.
Wow, that's powerful.
You know what I mean? So, it's guys didn't have to compete with that before. You know what I'm saying? But so confident matters, so that hopefully that online pressure doesn't get to her as much. But
I think I reiterated that too. Like it's just confidence in who you are as a woman, as a godly woman.
Strong character does matter.
Godly woman. Because I feel like if you are doing that for likes, for views, for clicks, you're not confident. That's not confident.
But what I put next to confident was coachable. You know what I mean? Because
that's big.
At the end of the day, I would be the leader of any situation, of any relationship that I'm in. You know what I mean? And if I can't lead, when I had said this, I was like, even with Secret Service and the president, you're the president of the United States. The man's job is security. Security is the man's job. Security is the Secret Service's job. So even though you're president of the United States, guess who you have to tell where you're going? Guess who you have to tell Secret Service, because they're the ones that are controlling security. You know what I mean? And they have to see if the situation is safe or not. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you can't be corrected and you can't be directed, then you can't be protected. And that's the same thing for the Secret Service. It's any security.
That's
you know what
powerful.
I mean? So if I can't correct you and I can't direct you, then I can't protect you. How could I be responsible for a situation that I have no control over? You know what I mean?
Speak.
So I have to, as a man, if I'm saying you're my woman, then I'm saying I'm willing to risk my life to protect you and my family with everything in me, and you not being willing to maybe adhere to some rules around security is putting me and the family at greater risk. But it's like that's like having that. That's like, you know, you got that uncle that if you call, he would come through and do mad day. So the thing is, you shouldn't abuse that, because you really putting your uncle, if you really love your uncle, unless you see him as expendable. You know what I'm saying? So you would be. I had some crazy uncles, and I still took my fights alone, because I knew if I called my uncle, it would go too far. You know what I mean? So I was like, you know what? I love my uncle. I don't need that in his life.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just handle this on my own. You know what I mean? So I don't put him into that. So same thing with your husband. Like, yeah, your husband might knock everybody's head off for sure. But what would that do for the dude? Does he really need to be in that situation? Could you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So anyway, as me trying to protect my woman, I have to be able to correct her and direct her. She has to be coachable. That way, you know.
Coach me, okay? I've been waiting on a man to want to lead and want to be serious about leading, you know, because that's important too. Is it's not only about giving the power, relinquishing the power to a man to want to lead. It's like where are you getting your leadership from? So I'm not going to give you leadership if you are listening to your deadbeat daddy or your uncles or your cousins or Pookie and Ray Ray. You know, I need to also know that you are listening to a good source. You know, you're getting your power from somewhere. So I feel like that's big as well when it comes to submission and relinquishing too.
That's how I agree with that as well. You know what I mean? That's why I tell men, I tell men to chase self mastery, chase mastery in a craft, and chase purpose within God. Like, because through your whatever field that you choose to chase mastery within, you will use the skills and abilities that pursuit of mastery has given you to do good to God's people. You know what I mean? Whether you're a doctor, whether you're a carpenter, whether you're in landscaping, whether you're a musician, whether you're an artist, whether you're a blacksmith, you know what I'm saying? Whether you're doing fashion and trying to make being more modest, fashionable, or doing whatever endeavor, craft you're going into. You know what I mean? Yes. If you can find a way to make sure that it serves God's people well, that'll probably be the best thing for you. You know what I'm saying? So what I have to say to you is I thank you very much for coming on to the podcast. You are definitely welcome back for a second episode if you come through. You know what I'm saying? I wish you a very long life. You know what I mean? One thing there are two last questions. One, what advice would you give to your 20-year-old self?
Woo. That's a tough question. The main advice I would give to my 20-year-old self is go to school and travel and try to live as much as a long life without children. And it's not a bad thing, you know, because children are supposed to come with marriage, supposed to come with a whole different set of lifestyles. So what I mean is live your life. You know, don't protect yourself. You know, don't get caught. I was so, caught up in finding my dad and a man, or, finding that leadership, because I was the one who was looking for that. Who can I submit to? Who can I melt into, for so long? And I think I lost sight of the importance of the single season and finding yourself in a single season and being complete in a single season, so that you're not settling for less, that you're not, thinking that you deserve this or this is the best that it can get. Explore life, explore the world, go to college, pursue those dreams. Like, I had dreams of being in an Air Force. I have dreams of being in a rock band. I had dreams of, you know what I'm saying, starting and pursuing skincare, and beauty for so long. So I think if I would have honed in on that, instead of starting a family so early and really trying to please a man who never even married me. I was never married, by the way.
You weren't?
Nope. So for those 10 years, I gave to a man who never honored me in that way. That's why it was so easy to walk away.
Wow.
I have no connections other than my children, so it's just so easy to say married. It's been 10 years, one baby daddy, whatever. Yeah. That man never married me.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but he did all of that hoopla for nothing and never even made me that honest woman. So just looking back at it, my 20s, focus on yourself, go to the Air Force, start your rock band, do whatever you got to do, follow God, start that ministry, because I'm a youth ministry as well.
Oh, that's nice.
Youth group as well. So, tap into all those facets that you knew you always had and see where they go, and see where they go.
I one of the things that I came to, fast Carl, one of the things that I came to after I finally broke my neck and I realized what I was to life, I said, listen, God, you bring me back and you bring me back my health. I'm going to play this hand that you gave me in a way that you never, that you never seen me like I played before. Situation. You know what I mean? So, with you were looking at the hand of talents and affinities and different interests that that God gave you, and you were like, I'm only allowed to play half my hand here.
True.
You know what I mean? It'd be good if I could play my full hand
True.
and realize a little more of my full potential. You know what I mean? So,
Exactly.
well, whatever had to happen in life to give you the license to want to pursue you're playing your full hand had to happen. You know what I mean? Because there's nothing like being able to play your full hand and give yourself the freedom of adventure to chase and be all who you can be.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? So I respect that. The last thing I wanted to say is, as I said, I wish you a long life, and I hope one day that you're 85 talking shit. You know, I was on a podcast talking my shit out there.
Yeah.
Let me pull up an episode. Let me show you what it was.
That
you know
was
what I mean?
me,
So
honey.
what is a message you would like to have for 75-year-old Maggie? Looking back at this, what do you want to say to 75-year-old Maggie watching this?
75-year-old Maggie, if God even perceives me that long, you know, I would say good job. I would say even at such a young age, you have pursued and overcame so much, and really to not regret your adventure, not regret or have any resentment for this journey.
Yeah.
You know, and understanding right now that this is just God's life for you. This is God's plan, and it really can go either one of two ways. It's really like a game to God. Like, all right, which one you want to go? I got them all set up for you, but which path you trying to take? So, you know, just good for you for choosing that path, whatever path that you do choose. Yeah. Good for you for sticking to your guns, because I know even in this season right now, you know what's best for you, and you know what's best for your children, and you know what you're never going back to.
Yeah.
So kudos to you for sticking it out and making it to 75.
Great, 75.
Wow.
Hell yeah. You did a great job, girl.
Yes,
you did a great job.
Yes, that's what I would tell Maggie, yes.
So, once again, thank you for coming through. And you know what I always say to you guys, look, there's a lot of places your ears could be. I'm honored they chose to be with me. When in doubt, use calm honesty to express your vision. And most of all, thanks for listening.
Thank you for having me.
You got it.